All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Supermarket Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible and amazing weekend. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm happy that I'm here and that you guys can see me because it's been quite a weekend. Oh, I keep forgetting I moved the camera so that my camera's over here. This was part of on Friday night. It just crashed. My PC crashed hard. And I literally took it apart, rebuilt the whole thing this weekend, and fortunately I got it working again. I thought I was going to have to buy new graphics cards, and you hate it when like a component goes down because you can't like fix anything these days. You just replace it, right, if it's busted.
Yeah.
So anyways, but for some reason I managed to soft disconnect and reconnect the video card, and eventually it got working again. So I got all my screens back. Thank goodness. But yeah, other than that, cold weekend. I mean, business as usual here anyways. Really nothing special. I'm amazed at how many flights have been canceled though. Like the whole flight cancellation just because of cold?
It's visibility, man. Like snow. Even here, like I stand outside. Well, not anymore, but all day yesterday, no matter what time of day, you stand outside, you couldn't see the end of the block. So I can only imagine a few of how bad it was. I mean, it just kept coming down nonstop. And we're talking about like big flakes. Look at like frosted flakes. They were like this massive, right? It's not your little snowflakes. So it was, we got probably 1.5 feet in my town. So right. It's pretty significant amount of snow that we got here. Record breaking. I forgot when was the last time we had such much snow in our area. All right, let's take a look, friends. A quick look at our gappers list. Then we'll jump right into our U.S. economic calendar. What is going on with BNAI? I mean, wow. We've been talking about the stock all last week. It was like hanging out at $10, $5. Today is up 256. So we'll dive into that, see what the heck is going on there. Again, and minerals are at it again, my friend. Hitting all-time highs, continuing to just, wow. It's just nonstop, keeps on going. Before we jump into all of that, Peter, what is the latest and greatest for today?
Yeah, not a lot happening on the economic calendar. Really, the only thing we have is the durable goods orders. And where's that data? I was actually looking it up yesterday. We're at a relatively high number here. You can see that. Sorry, that's the GDP now number I'm looking at. 3.1 was the forecast on durable goods. It actually was up quite significantly at 5.3%. So that's a lot higher than was anticipated, and that's seen as a positive economic data point. Later this morning, we do have the Atlanta GDP now, which is also pretty high at 5.4. A year ago, we were in contraction, and the GDP now, this is the Atlanta Fed's best estimate of what GDP growth is, because it's actually tough to measure. So, but their estimate is that we're actually seeing growth in the U.S. economy, which is stunning, and good news for the economy overall and for these markets, which continue just to move higher, especially with all the stuff that's happening around the world and in the U.S. Just no idea what the impact is going to be. Obviously, the talk this weekend from a news, at least my feed is flooded, of course, with yet another tragic shooting in Minneapolis. Again, the markets don't seem to really pay much attention to this social type activity. So, I think we're free to move on our way today. We'll see what happens. The big thing that the markets will be waiting for is this FOMC decision, which is scheduled for Wednesday. And keep in mind, when these decisions happen, the number comes out, and then we have a press conference. So that should happen Wednesday afternoon. We'll talk more about that as we get closer. But, there's not expected to be any surprises here. Right now, 97% 97.2 is the current forecast that the number that it will remain unchanged. That we're just going to keep this current target rate. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if that proves to be true or not, and if this changes over the next 48 hours. So stay tuned here. We'll let you know. Other than that, Carlos, we're sort of slowly moving into earnings.
Yes, big week coming up.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot today, but we've got more coming later this week, so something to look forward to. In the short term, of course, we're looking at the gappers list, and we're seeing a few things moving. This morning, we were getting a little bit of movement on a few things, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens as the day unfolds.
Yep, absolutely, friends. All right, let's get to this gappers list. There's a bunch of stuff on here that we want to take a look at. Starting, as I mentioned earlier, with BNAI. So BNAI, I mean, just look at this daily here. This thing, if you zoom in a little bit, we're hanging out around $5, made it to about 15.10 today, a high of 82. So high of 82, back down to 51 the low, and now we're hanging out at 58. So just madness in this pre-market action. Started after hours on Friday, actually. So look at after hours Friday, something broke out here, and this thing just went mad. Up 256%, Peter. What is the latest and greatest? Brand Engagement is the name of the company.
Yeah, this has been on our list. What, Carlos? I'm not sure if it was every day last week, but a few days.
Yeah.
Where this thing had popped up, and it's still. I'm amazed, completely stunned that it's still here. That we're even talking about it, because it just seemed like one of those stocks that we'd hear about once, and then it would slip off into the ether, and we'd never hear about again. But I don't know. I mean, it still seems to be moving. There isn't anything new from a news perspective. Remember their announcement was about this AI deal they had in Africa, and it seems to be, I don't know, it seems to have just gotten more legs on that than I would have expected. So I don't know. I mean, maybe this has just got enough interest that it'll continue. We already have 3.5 million shares traded. And the weird thing is, if you look at Friday, I mean, Friday, it was like it didn't do all that much during the day. It was okay, but it wasn't great. But it was after hours on Friday, when normally,
Yeah.
well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, like that rise looks small, but it's actually went from, what is it, like yeah, like when you zoom in, it went from 11 to $17. So that's like a 50% increase. But really, that big move, as you can see, of course, was after hours. When, what the heck? Like after hours on a Friday? That's not when things normally
Everybody's away.
move.
Who's trading this? But yeah, you're right.
Well, somebody was. I mean, took this thing all the way up to the price we're sitting at, $58 right now. Hit a high of 80, something like that, something crazy over like 82. I mean, it's in play. So I don't know, not even sure what to say anymore, Carlos. It's one of those that if you're not afraid of these, low float. I mean, I guess technically it's not a low float, right? But low float-ish. Low float like? No, it is a low float. Sorry, 2.7 million shares I see here. So if you're not afraid of it, then it might be worth trading. Of course, you can only trade it, at least on my platform, to the long side. It is not shortable, but I don't know. I think it's a popcorn stock for today.
Yeah, it definitely is, guys. Going to add this to the popcorn list this morning to see what is going on here. I mean, we haven't seen something like that in quite some time. We see a lot of high flyers, but not on a Friday like that. After hours, like if it was a pre-market session or something. Very, very interesting. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's continue here. Let's talk about metals. Metals, silver, everything is on deck this morning, as you can see on here. USAR also had a big, big move. So if we take a look at that one this morning, hitting a high of $40.20 here and a low of 27. So also flying here pretty aggressive, plus many other metals, Peter, as you see on the list. And I assume also mining companies like HL, I believe is one of them. AG is gold, silver, all on here. Just incredible what continues to happen here, Peter. So nothing new. It's just it continues to blow it out of the water here.
Whew.
Peter, where are you?
Excuse me.
Oh, there. You're good. I thought you was gonna say. I was gonna say you're a good man. He was a good man.
I had a sneeze. It took me.
There you go.
Yeah, like metals companies, I mean, look, silver prices and gold prices continue to dominate here, and I mean, it's just it's for months now, Carlos, I've been saying this is ridiculous. It's got to stop. No, no, not going to stop. Not at all. So once again, all-time highs. You know, so it's bringing all the metal stocks with it. I mean, it's I I I don't know what to make of it. Like, are we really that? Is it that? Are precious metals that precious? Like, it seems like we're
It
their
seems
price is
so.
going unrealistically high. But I
When do I
guess
start like melting my silver chains and watches? Like when does it become got to start melting this thing and trade it in? Like
I don't
when
know.
do we get there?
You haven't started already? I
No,
don't
I haven't
know. It's
started. I guess I guess it's time. My goodness.
I mean,
I,
there is, you know, it's interesting that it's moving to an all-time high. We have to remember that you know, like precious metals, silver and gold specifically, are used in a lot more products than you might think. So I grant that, but and that means that there is going to absolutely be a knock-on effect in the price of goods, right? Whether it's used in the good itself or it's just used in the manufacturing process, there is a significant amount of these metals that are used. So yeah, I mean this is, you know, while it's fun to watch, remember it's going to make your stuff more expensive.
yeah, 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 absolutely. All right, friends. Let's see what else we got here. Again, for swing trading, they have been awesome. I think even day trading now, some of these are actually getting pretty. Never mind. AG are getting pretty decent. But I've seen some stuff like silver. You guys day trading that stuff. So, you know, if you like the way this thing moves, personally, I don't like it for my strategies. But I have seen you guys day trade some of this stuff and do pretty well. So if you like that, if that's your thing, go for it. But clearly for swing, these things are amazing. Also, make sure to check out Brian's channel. He puts out a video every weekend. Kind of like a look at what took place last week and then a look ahead of what's coming up. Really, really good. It's on his channel. So search Brian Pessum and you can see it come up. Really good stuff. And also sign up to his newsletter, right at bearwithtraders.com. Scroll to the bottom. You're going to see the sign up for his newsletter, which is very nice. Tells you what's coming up. A lot of great information there by our good buddy Brian. Let's continue here, guys. ASM, what do we have here? ASM is silver as well. USA, I mean, everything's just started to come out the woodworks now. Like there's some tickers here that I have not seen. You know, we see the popular ones, USAR, we've seen AG, PSLV, but now like UAMI, ASM, these are also coming out now and making their way onto this list. As far as the gap up, right? Some of them getting above $5, some of them just getting the volume that they normally don't get in the pre-market. So they're making this list for the most part. I'm going to try to skip to something that's not silver and gold related. Let's go to CoreWeave, CRWV. And if I miss one, we can always go back. But let's go with CRWV, which is one that we do like to trade. This morning, they're up here 8%. Is that the pre-market? Oh, no, there it is. That's the pre-market. So looks like some news breaking out at 8 a.m. here because you got the nice, beautiful pop all the way to 104, losing some ground now. Volume is kicking in, 3.4 million shares traded. This is looking very nice. I like the way this thing trades. Today with this volume, might be on my list, Peter.
Yeah, feeling like the good old days are back again. CoreWeave announced an expanded collaboration with NVIDIA. Remember when that used to be like the everyday news? Somebody was partnering with NVIDIA. We haven't heard a lot of that recently, but CoreWeave, I mean, they've been working with them for a while, but they announced an expanded AI infrastructure in collaboration with NVIDIA, which includes a $2 billion equity investment. So now this is a continuation of some news that we had last week that they sort of made an announcement. They're doubling down on it. I think that that is, you know, it's good for the stock. Whether it, you know, puts the price and the amount of volume of shares traded in a place where we're going to be able to trade this, I don't know. Because Friday, I don't know. There's something about CoreWeave recently, Carlos, that I haven't liked the way it moved. You know, if you look at the chart, It actually looks pretty good. Now, it would have been like a wonky one because off the open, like it dropped heavy, then suddenly made this move higher. It all looks pretty smooth, but I know from having watched it that it's not as smooth as it looks on the chart. So I don't know. I've always struggled with CoreWeave because it's one that, I think, this should be a good trading stock. But when you actually try and trade it, I find it, I don't know, for whatever reason, much more difficult. Maybe it's just me. So, but it seems to be in play with this news today. They're trying to put themselves back in play. Good volume this morning, 3.5 million shares. So, I think, and this $100, makes it more interesting to a lot more people. So,
Right, right.
I think it's got to be on the list.
Yeah, I like it. I had some good luck with it in the past. I have not traded it a ton, but the few times that we have traded it, we have been able to get something out of it. So I will put it on my primary list today, and then we'll see how it does as we continue on this list. CRWV. Okay, excellent. Let's see what else we got here, friends, on deck. Again, trying to get through all the minerals and silver companies that we got here. SkyT. Let's see what this is about. SkyT this morning. Skywater Technology. So Skywater Technology, I'm not sure what they do here, but volume 1.1 million shares. What was that? What was that, Peter?
Skywater? What? Why
Is
do
that
you
just
name
rain?
your company Skywater? Do you mean
Is that
rain?
rain?
Is
Yeah,
is that
just
what
rain.
you mean? Skywater? Like, why are you? Anyways, all right. Okay, Skywater.
That's it, because they made you talk about it more than we probably should have. They did their job.
I
This is
guess.
great marketing.
Well,
Excellent marketing.
well, look, we may not hear the name Skywater much anymore because apparently they're going to be bought out. They're being purchased by IonQ. So IonQ's spending about $1.8 million, billion with the B, $1.8 billion to acquire Skywater. Basically, it's a cash and stock transaction at about $35 a share. So that's the estimated price. You can see, as you know, what usually happens, the price is up and right below. Now, this one looks less stable than normally I expect from a buyout. Normally it sort of goes up and then flatlines, and we can sort of clearly tell that it's a buyout, but probably because it's cash and stock, that's why it's moving a little bit more. Even so, buyouts don't often make good trading.
Yeah, no, you usually don't. Especially this news, not usually a great trading catalyst, right? So from our experience, so we'll leave that one alone. We'll leave Skywater to do his thing there. NB, is this mining? NB, excuse me. Nancy Bravo.
Yes.
What do we have here?
Yeah,
Neocorp. Okay. Okay. Again, more of this stuff, friends. If you like it, put it on there. There's better ones though. If this is mining, there are better tickers out there that you can trade that I've seen you guys do. So I'll again, pick your favorites out of those. Next is again more mining stuff. PASS. This one is.
Oh, I don't
is this
know.
on mining as well?
Like, I think people are expecting
same thing.
the money's going to go further. Sorry, I mean there was an announcement from the Trump administration that they were making further investments in rare earth metals, a $1.6 billion spending package to help spur further, the development of earth metal extraction in the U.S. That being said, 1.6 million in mining doesn't go very far. I mean, look, $1 billion is $1 billion, but I mean, again, in mining, that's I'm not sure if everybody thinks they're going to get a piece, but it's not like they're going to be giving, I don't know, 50 million to 200 different miners, right? There's probably going to be just a couple that are getting enough to actually build out some deposit development. My experience is, it's your entry stakes is probably $500,000 to build out a new deposit. So,
Yep.
yeah. Anyways, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I guess it's, hey, there's investment, there's interest, there's focus from the administration. That's good for all these miners. There's no question. It's just a matter of how good, and can we continue to expect price appreciation or movement that we can take advantage of as traders? That I'm just not sure of.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I'm telling you, man, this is insane. Insane how much movement we're getting out of these coins and mining and all that good stuff. Our friends Andrew and others are hanging out, man, hanging out over in Spain, trading live from there.
Right.
Let me show you
They
guys a
are.
couple of pictures here. Here is Andrew with the crew. You got Paris, you got John. I believe this is
Hmm.
Dan, but don't quote me. I think that's Dan. But look at it here. So hanging out at the night at the Spain there, and you can see the views, incredible. So those guys are having an amazing, amazing time. And here's Andrew's setup. Look at
What's
this
with
view,
the?
man.
I
Go
mean,
backwards with the
it
what?
looks
What's
beautiful, but I noticed they're wearing jackets.
you know what? I'm supposed
So
to be there. And when I see these pictures, I'm like, what's going on? I'm trying to get away from the coast. It looks a little bit chilly, which I think it can get. I mean, Paris got a full blown like jacket here. So,
yeah,
uh, but if that's not inviting, this is. I mean, just look at this view here. That is where they'll be trading from this morning as they're setting up. I mean, that is just
that looks
that is
pretty.
just it looks Photoshop. Looks Photoshop. How good it looks. Unbelievable. Look at that water. So yeah, they're getting ready to go there. Andrew's got his setup with the screens, and they'll be trading live with us in the chat room this morning. So looking forward to that. All right, Peter, let's go to you, man. What else you like from this gap up list that we have here? And I mean, there's a lot of I see a lot of mining stuff on there.
Ha-
Anything you like?
Yeah, did you buy a new phone recently, Carlos?
No, I got my wife a new phone, but I don't
You got
have a
your
new
wife?
phone.
Well, okay, but so you
Yeah, she
did
got
buy
the
one. It just
iPhone
wasn't for you.
17.
Okay.
Right. Yes, correct. Okay. Yeah, fair
Well,
enough.
well, you're not alone because Apple this morning had some news that they had stronger iPhone sales than previously, announced, previously forecasted, and they said that they're actually managing to drive their operating expenses lower. Now, this continues, of course, with offshore, with their Chinese manufacturing, and you know that they're investing in India. So they continue to drive their expenses, operating expenses, a little bit lower, which the market has seen as good news. Now they also did get an upgrade this morning. J.P. Morgan upgraded them. So all of that combined has caused Apple to move a little bit here pre-market. I know in the chat room a couple of people were mentioning it. We had some early morning motion as it went up a couple of bucks. Seems to have sort of calmed down a little bit now, but there was sort of a spur of volume around 8 a.m. So Apple's been doing its own thing, right? Every time the market goes up,
Yeah.
Apple goes down, and vice versa. It's just been really independent. Not easy to trade, but moving on its own. So maybe today it might be worth watching Apple. I'll keep an eye on it to see what it does. Not a primary list thing, but it's always on my screen. Just always, waiting for it to do something interesting.
Yeah. Comments in chat. How much are they spending on advertising? Who knows, man? They probably have a lot of spending. But I gotta tell you though, Apple is a company that probably doesn't advertise much. People are just going to get. I mean, I know they advertise a lot. I get it on YouTube and all that. But it's just a brand that people just buy, man. It's a cult. It's a cult brand,
Apple,
and people just buy it. And they'll have a perfectly good phone that can last them maybe 2, 3 more years, and they'll still
yeah.
get the new one. It's a great business to be in when you have a
Apple's a
product like
pretty
that.
unique advertiser, I find. Like if you think of, I keep forgetting where my camera is now. I was trying something new here. The they like if you think of Apple advertising, Carlos, what do you think of? Like I
Uh,
personally,
uh-huh.
I don't think of the social media that a lot of companies are using these days to advertise. I still think of like a giant Apple billboard, right? Or like street advertising, because that's what they've done a lot of, and they continue to invest heavy in that now. Like, and they used to have, all sort of, they would bring up and coming artists, right, and they would use the unique sort of songs, and I haven't seen any produced ads from them in a while. So but like you said, I don't think they have to, right? They're not trying to inform people of the brand or grab your interest. You either know and like them, or you know and don't like them. Like I think they're sort of past that, right? So
Yeah.
it is they're in a very interesting spot. I mean, there's probably some emerging markets where they want brand awareness, but brand awareness is not something Apple's clamoring for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unlike
Um,
Google, like I see Google, the Google for their phone, the Google Pixel phones or whatever. Like they're advertising the heck out of them. I see them all the time, at least here. So
Yeah, yeah. So there it is. A little bit of a pop this morning. Like you said, very active pre-market action today to what we normally see. So might be worth watching. Not sure if it'll be possible, but we got space this morning so far to put it on the primary list. We can always move it if we find something better. All right, let's move on down to anything else, Peter, before we move down to the gap down.
I mean, I'm hopeful that Netflix is going to give us some movement. Friday, it actually did move a little bit higher. It wasn't all that aggressive, but a couple of bucks, and I'm hoping that that's going to continue. One that moved fairly well on Friday, we did sort of mention it just very briefly on Friday, was Oracle. Oracle did end up having a decent move over the course of the day. And I don't have any news on it to think it's going to necessarily be in play today. But once again, I remain hopeful that it might move. And then quantum, because quantum, you never know when it's going to move. It feels, beginning of the week, it's a new week. Sometimes you get new news on these types of stocks. Quantum, Rigetti or Qubits, QBTS are my two favorite, like we talked about last week. So we'll see if we get anything.
Yeah, we'll see what that does there. All right, as far as gapping down, not a whole lot there, but let's start with the first one here, and we'll hop around. Yeah, go ahead.
What I should say, you know what's noticeably missing on our list? Where's all the biotechs? It's Monday.
Yeah.
Monday, normally we get drug news about, some biotech that's announced something and they're in a phase whatever trial and, the stock's up 80%. They're noticeably absent on our list, like nowhere to be found.
Yeah, probably stuck in the snow somewhere. Probably can't get to work.
They're stuck in the snow.
Can't get to work. So who knows? But yeah, you're right. Not a whole lot of biotech companies. Silver has taken over, and minerals and mining companies taking over the gap up list this morning. All right, let's see gapping now. The first one on deck today is going to be RVMD. So RVMD this morning, we are down 21%. 1 million shares traded at the moment, so we got tons of volume here on it. Doesn't look great. This could be one. Revolution Medicine. Maybe this is one of those biotech companies. Peter's going the other way. Looks like here, getting a big gap down.
Yeah, and it seems maybe the revolution has ended. Oh, this is the dentist, and I got a dental problem. I got to take this. But basically, their deal with Merck has fallen apart.
All right, that's not good. Merck is a big company. So they're getting beat up this morning here, down 21%. That's not good. How was going to trade? That's the question that I don't know it's going to be all that good. I mean, they're just kind of back, a little bit higher, back to where they were hanging out at before. So they had a couple of really big moves, maybe because of the announcement of this deal. And now they just might go back to their regular trading with very low volume. So I like the catalyst. I think it's a great catalyst, but such a big drop already. I don't think you're going to get great movement out of this one. So I'll leave it alone. All right, next on here is ASTI. ASTI, what do we got going on? ASTI down 17%. Ascent Solar Technologies, float on this. It's a low float, guys. 3.4 million shares flow. So again, on the low end. I don't like the day. Looks very messy here. Got a couple of days where you actually did something, move from 450 to about 7, hit 850, back down to 6. I personally don't like these type of low float tickers, so I'm gonna leave this one alone this morning, Peter. This is down 17%. I don't know if it's worth watching.
No, and then the news is the type of news we don't love. The fact that they have a $25 million private placement. So basically, it's a secondary offering. And the price has gone down because they made this placement at a price of $5.50 a share. So,
yeah,
not
all enough. Right, not enough. Let's go look at Roblox. Roblox here, it is down 3.8 this morning, 210,000 shares traded. And as you can see here, we are just dropping below an area of previous support here at 74. So really hitting the deck here. The stock was as high as 140, man, high as 150, and back down to 70, Peter. So not feeling the love. Not sure if it's anything specific today. I mean, we're just hitting the numbers. We're hitting 211,000 shares traded, which puts it on the list, and we're down 3.8. So I'm not sure there's any actual specific news besides it's just hitting our criteria this morning.
It says here, news out of New Jersey that Carlos has denied his kids additional purchases on Roblox, and the company has seen a
Yes.
decline in revenues. Is that true,
Uh,
Carlos? What's going on?
Absolutely. Yes, we're not.
Yeah.
Kids go in and out of things. My daughter's not into it like that anymore, right? She was for a
Hmm.
while. She was buying outfits and this and that. And she's just not into it. She's moved on. So sorry, man. It
Wow.
happens. Um,
Okay. Well, you made the headline. It's no, I'm kidding. But I don't really see any news at all on this. So I'm not sure why it's down this morning. The volume's pretty low. It just barely makes our list of 212,000 shares, and I see no price action. Like since we've been talking, I haven't seen a single share hit the order list, the time of
yeah,
sales. So yeah,
yeah.
nothing
So
going on.
nothing to see there. Um, uh, Wilney, Charlotte, welcome back to Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. There it is. Well, joining the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. So, welcome. Just a reminder, today we'll have another giveaway, funded account giveaway later in the day. So be on the lookout for that for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. So, good luck. All right, here it is. SATL. I almost said salts, but it's not. We're down 5% here, 1.4 million
You got
shares
salt of the
traded.
mine.
Yes, I do, because salt was a big deal this weekend. It was out everywhere. I got lucky and I got a couple of bags, but yeah, a lot of people don't have salt this morning. So yeah, but here it is, friends. We are down 4.8, 1.4 million shares traded. Doesn't look great. Had a couple of days where we got some movement out of this thing. And Peter, we're seeing some volume today with some action in the pre-market.
Yeah, Saddle Logic, the name of this company. They got a $35 million direct offering at $4.73. So once again, the price usually goes down close to meet any large new offering. And what is it? How many shares? 7.4 million shares to their eight. So a little bit around 8% being added to their float. Yeah, I don't like secondary offerings to trade. They just don't give you any continuation on the trade.
Yeah, don't like that. We'll leave that alone. Let's do two more. I got two more here that are probably going to be good. Hopefully, it's Baba and Intel, right? So let's start with Baba this morning. I know they've been moving a lot better. We had a couple of days where they're actually getting some volume and some good trading action. So we've seen some of that. They're still not great, but they have been moving a lot better, especially in the morning. Today they're down 2.3, 638,000 shares traded. Again, a lot of the moves, unfortunately, happening after hours, right? So you're not getting the gap down of the 2.3 in the intraday action, which causes it not to give us a whole lot of movement during the day for us, the day traders. So that's the downside to it. But today's down at 2.3, Peter. Again, doesn't look anything significant or exciting.
No, not really. I mean, I've just seen a reiteration of some of the news from last week. I mean, there was some good news, right? That China was approving the couple of purchases of high-end NVIDIA chips as they're looking to try and expand their technology offerings. Because previously they told all companies, no, don't buy any, right? But they said, okay, well, a couple of companies, I guess, sort of said, we are going to falter if we don't, have access to this, we'll fall behind. So they eased those restrictions a little bit. To me, the bigger news is the fact that China didn't officially announce this, but it was released. I don't know where people got the information from because the government has been very silent on this, that apparently the birth rate in China is very low. Like it's something like half of what it is in the US even. Something like that. And China had the, like that one child rule or whatever, that but
Yeah.
that's long since been revoked. Like they're actively trying to encourage people to have kids. And because they've sort of realized, I think, that they've a little bit, well, significantly over rotated on that, and now they're seeing, lower birth rate means that, of course, in a decade or so, you start to see significant decreased economic growth. Right? You have less people, you have less opportunity, you need less goods, all that stuff, right? So that's a long-term big problem for China if they can't do a turnaround with that. So Yeah, and Will, I saw that stat too. Will here saying that Chinese births in 2025 were lower than in 1776 in an absolute number, which is stunning because they had something like 10% of the population in 1776, but the number of kids was, anyways, it's a crazy thing. So uh, uh, that is a long-term concern, and I think we're just seeing a drag on some of the Chinese stocks as probably just as a general result of concern over their ability to continue that economic growth, which had been a hallmark for China for what? For about the last decade. We've always been watching how China. I mean, I remember well, even more than that, like 15 years ago, when it was, remember the news about how much steel they were using, and they were building a town the size of Seattle like every month or something like that. And now we're seeing, how a lot of them are sitting empty with skyscrapers that never got occupied. They're even demolishing some because, they got 80% complete, ran out of money and interest in completing them, and now they're ripping them down. So, anyways, I don't know what it's going to mean long term for the stocks. Today, it's probably not going to mean much. I don't see a lot of volume. Probably not going to be good trading opportunities.
Yeah. All right, we'll leave that one alone today. And then the last one on here is Intel. Intel this morning, we are down 2.4. They had a really big drop. If you guys remember last week, they were doing well, and then out of nowhere here, just got the drop. This was it earnings? It was earnings, I remember, that dropped them here, if I got that correct. And then this morning, just kind of down 2.4. Got the volume. Might be interesting today, Peter. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they actually got some upgrades. They Northland Capital upgraded them and raised their price target. They also got an upgrade from HSBC and Seaport Research. So a bunch of upgrades that is good for them. But as you pointed out, I mean, I was expecting to see on the Gap up list today because you're right. On Friday they were moving down after their earnings. Again, their earnings in quarter were good, if you recall. It was really their forward-looking forecast that was lower than anticipated. They've since come out and revised their forecast with a whole bunch of asterisks on it saying that there might be an opportunity for bigger growth. I think they were sensing the disappointment in the market as expressed in their stock price, I guess, and they're trying to, stem the exodus out of the stock a little bit, but it might be too little, too late. It looks like they're still dropping. So good volume on
Yeah.
Intel this morning. So
Yeah. I
I
might
don't.
put in a secondary here. I don't think it
Yeah,
trades so
maybe.
bad, man. I mean,
Yeah.
but I think it's worth watching. I think it's got great volume. I think after the drop last week, maybe there could be some movement out of it. It has had some good days. Like if you look
It
back at the
has.
daily, you've seen some good opportunities. Not right at the open, but like a little bit later, maybe a half hour in, you see this breakout take place, and that's where you're getting these nice, beautiful daily candles here that we've seen. So it's able to trade well, but just not right at the open. So keep that in mind if you're looking to trade this one. But I'll put it here on the secondary list for now for Intel. All right, Peter, that kind of covers our gap down list. Anything you like on here that maybe we haven't covered or did not make the list?
Well, let's see. One that just is, I don't even know what to do with it at this point is one of our mainstays, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, normally I can go to it and count on some stock action. I mean, just to remind everybody, pull up that 5 minute chart from Friday. Like you like if you just look at Friday's price action, you'd be, why would you ever watch this stock? Like
This
that
was
is one of
brutal.
the yeah, that's one of the worst days I've seen. Like normally at some point during the day, Nvidia will pick a direction and actually move. Friday, not at all. Like it just never did anything all day, which is rare. It's a really rare day. But you look at that and I'm like, I don't even know what to think of it. So I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. You can't give up on it after just a day or two. But it had a few days like this last week where the majority of the trading was pretty bad. So that's why maybe Intel, has a chance because Nvidia certainly is not the go-getter that it once was. I mean, and again, I'm okay with it going up or down, but do something interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see. AMD, on the other hand, has been doing something for most days, not all the time, but it's been giving some better moves. So maybe this is the turn back. Remember, I was like AMD was my stock, and then I sort of moved to Nvidia because it was moving better. Maybe I'm going back. I don't know yet. We'll see, but.
Yeah, it's definitely lately it's been moving way better than
Yeah.
Nvidia. I don't know what's going on with Nvidia, but yeah, might be worth watching
The,
AMD today.
And the other one in this sector that we sort of been mentioning, but I've never liked to trade very much is Micron, MU. You can't argue it's been moving. It was up over $400 briefly. Well, not briefly, but for a good part of Friday's trading, but it didn't hold it. As you can see right now, it's sitting at 394 roughly. And I still think I mean, it feels like it's in play. The volume's a little lower pre-market on Micron, but it usually is. I don't it's Carlos, it's throwing me off, right? When you get the Nvidia that I don't like, and maybe Micron and Intel, like but semiconductors are still a decent place to cast your eye to see if they move. Um, Other than that, interestingly, that I see that Google has gapped down a little bit this morning. I didn't see any news on it this weekend, so I don't know what's going on. And Ken is shouting out on Meta. So Meta made a good move up on Friday. I don't see it doing much right now, so I don't know. I mean, any one of these, right, can have a good day at any time of the
Yeah.
Magnificent Seven. I mean, so. I know that we talked about this last week. There was on Friday we did have a court case in Brazil. Then it was there was a suspended court case there, which is good news in the short term, but doesn't mean anything long term for Meta. So I, you know, sure, could move. You never know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
other than that, Carlos, I mean, I do think mining companies might be worth, again, if you've got a mining company that you don't mind trading. We sort of pushed past all of them. I mean, there's a ton of them on the list. Again, we talked about USAR and the UAMY and all of those ones. I mean, I just again, there's news, there's government investment, there's continued demand for the rare earth metals. I want to know, can I trade it? And that's what I'm not sure about. So, I mean, the volume this morning on USAR is just phenomenal. I just wish it was
Yeah.
doing a little more with it. Like if there's almost 20 million shares that have changed hands already this morning, but in the last 45 minutes, the stock's just moving sideways. So.
Yeah, has not done much in the last 45 minutes. But I got to tell you, man, this is insane volume. It is in play. I will add it to my primary list. And let's see, I never had it on the list and looked at it carefully for an opportunity. Maybe today's the day. So let's put it on there. I'm not extremely hopeful, but we'll be ready. Let's see if we can get something out of it on a day like today, where it's up 20%. And like I said, the volume this morning is just insane right now at 20 million. All right, friends, let's stop here. Let's take a quick look at what you guys liked this morning. We'll go through a couple of tickers, and then we'll head over to our community events and announcement for this beautiful, cold, sunny, not sunny. It's sunny.
Is it
But
sunny there?
no, it's just bright. It's just
Okay.
white. It just looks white. There's no sun.
Everything's just white.
It's just white. Yeah.
I
All
did
right.
notice that this morning. I was like, it's very white out here.
Just
but
white. Yeah.
snow isn't actually white. It's a random factoid for you.
It's
Snow,
what is it? Is it like just
well,
clear?
snow is ice crystals, so it's actually clear. Most snowflakes actually form around a dust particle in the atmosphere. That's how snowflakes generally form. And then, of course, it creates the beautiful snowflake pattern that we're familiar with. But it's basically little bits of ice. So it takes on the color. So it's actually a very light gray because it's really a crystalline structure that surrounds a piece of dust from the atmosphere. And that's why in some areas you can see like the snow is actually pink or different colors when they have different atmospheric dust. So there's a random fact that one of my data feeds gave me this weekend. So you're welcome, everybody.
All right, there you go. If you didn't know, now you know. All right, friends, let's see what else we got here. So Meta, we did look at. Again, we don't love it. You could watch it if you like it. Again, for me, Meta, Google, and Microsoft, out of the Magnificent Seven, are my least favorites, right? But if you like them, please put them on your list. I won't have them on mine. But call out something. If you see something great, call it out and let me know. And we'll pull it up and see what we can get out of it. Amazon, not doing a whole lot right now. Also just kind of up here slightly, but again, not doing really a whole lot at the moment. So very light volume for some of the other stuff that we're looking at. IREN, same, just barely red, so barely moving here. The daily has been kind of stuck in a nice range, big range from 52 to about, let's call it 56, where most of the hits are at. So you got a nice range going on there. Volume 1.7. I mean, yeah, it looks to be very active. Let me just go back here and look at Friday. Friday had a nice breakout day. That's nice. Yeah, it's a nice breakout day. You know, put on a secondary. Let's see. Not typically something we watch, but if it can trade like that again, that'll be very nice. So let's do Iron there. We did talk about NVIDIA. Again, I didn't have it on my list. A horrible day on Friday on it. Pre-market, though, we are getting some activity. 2.3 million shares traded. Starting to move a little bit better in the last couple of minutes here. So I will add it here on a secondary. I will have an AMD as my primary this morning. All right, let's continue. What else, friends? Let's do one more. Then we'll get to our announcements here. What other one? Meta, PLTR. Let's look at PLTR. PLTR, yeah, pretty quiet right now, guys. I don't see anything spectacular on it. Pretty stuck right here between the ranges from the last couple of days. So I don't see anything great on it. All right, friends, let's head over to bearboottraders.com, where you can click on webinars and see what's happening for the next week or so in our community. Today we'll focus on good old Monday. Scroll down here and find Monday.
It's Find Monday, because on Monday, we like to onboard all those that joined over the weekend and welcome everybody to the community. So we got a couple of sessions to help you with that activity. And if you go to bearbulletraders.com and scroll down, we'll go to the webinars, you can sort of see what's happening here in real time. Nathan has his session at noon today, where he's going to talk about how you can visualize order flow using our Atlas tool, which is a great tool available in tradingterminal.com. It's a good place to go. And it looks like, Carlos, we got a new session here today. The Smart Money Trades. This is Gary. Gary, you're doing a new session at 2 o'clock? I love it. Yeah, look at that. So, Gary's often on the microphone. You can see him there. Beautiful. So that's going to be in the webinar room. That means it's for our elite members. This is today at 2 o'clock. So join Gary for his Smart Money Trade session. That'll be awesome. And then, of course, tonight we've got our signature event with the onboarding class that Carlos is going to be leading. Now, it looks like, have we got a twofer? Have we got two things going at the same time? So if you're new to the Bear Bull trading community, then you absolutely want to join Carlos for that onboarding session that happens at 8. But, and I don't know if Mike's out there to comment on this, but it says that at the same time, we've got the boot camp onboarding. And the Peak Capital boot camp is
I see boot camp at 6. No, where do you see
6?
that?
Maybe I can't read it. I'm sorry, that's why. It's all fuzzy for me, so it's
yeah, it's at 6. Yep.
6, my bad. All right, so there you go. 6 o'clock then. So that good. So it's not happening at the same time. So 6 o'clock, we've got the Peak Capital Bootcamp onboarding session. That's for anybody that's already signed up for the bootcamp. If you have, then you would know the details of how to get there. It's a Google Meeting link available through the Peak Capital Bootcamp website. peakcapitaltrading.com is the place to go. Go into the members section there, and you'll find that information. But for the onboarding class for Bear Bull traders, that's available to everybody. So no matter what your membership class, you should be able to attend that session. So there's it. We got 4 things today: 12, 2, 6, and 8 p.m. So attend some or all. Carlos, why don't we set some levels? We're getting close here to this open. So welcome to a new week, everybody. Hopefully it's a warm week for you. Whatever you're doing, if you want to consider joining us on a permanent basis, we'd love to have you. Just go to the website and you can pick the membership package that best suits your needs.
Yep, absolutely. All right, thank you, Peter. All right, friends, let's get to some levels here, and we'll get rocking and rolling as we get close to the market open. All right, let's start here. First one on deck, friends, is going to be USAR. So we'll start there. Again, not typically something I look at, but today, I mean, it's in play. Whether we like it or not, it's in play. Let's just see if we can find how we can trade this one. So I have the pre-market sitting at 40.20. The low is down over at 27.50. So it just tells you how much this thing has been moving already. And we're not sitting all-time highs. It has been higher. As you can see here, going back just to October, you can see the big spike we had here. A couple of levels we're going to mark off. Right where the price action is at, right below that, 29.70 is a good area. Above that, we also have 31.92. And then right here, this is a minor one, 35.85. And then all the way up here, we got this 40. That's the pre-market high. And then above that, we do have 43.88. So plenty of levels on this thing because it's been moving so much. Look at the pre-market action. Look how much action we're getting out of this thing, right? So you want to have these levels marked as we get ready for the market open. So that's USAR in play this morning. Not typically one we watch, but I do have it on my main list today. Here's CoreWeave getting a nice pop early this morning. High of the pre-market is sitting at 104 to be exact. Towards the bottom, you have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. You also have the previous day close as well down there. So a lot of levels in here. I am not going to add anything else. There's just way too many levels I got you covered for the most part. Towards the top, in case we do move higher, we do have an area here at 110.60 and then over at 120.73, a good spot as well for CRWV. Next, we got Apple. Let's take a look at Apple here. Apple towards the bottom, surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Look at the support that we're getting here. It's been on this downtrend after hitting 287, we'll call it, might be higher. And then since then, it has just continued to drop. Trying to find a bounce here. High of the pre-market, 251.96. I'm going to slam a level right in there, friends. And then over to 254. 58, and then big level here, guys. Look how much touches you have, right? All these days opening, closing right around this area, and it's an area you can cover the wick, cover the open, cover the close, cover all that area there. 258.07 is where we're going to leave that there. Once you do that, you're pretty set on Apple. Let's see if today wants to do anything fun for us. AMD has been trading much better than NVIDIA lately. NVIDIA has been just a mess. We're still going to watch NVIDIA, but I think focus today will be on AMD for as far as the semis go. You can also look at MU as well if you like that one. 253.20 is the low of the pre-market. The high is very close to the previous day close, just under here at 259.40. And once you do that, you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Do not need to add anything else. You're looking pretty good there as far as AMD goes. Peter, what is the snapshot of what our team is looking at? And then we'll head over to live trading with Andrew and Brian this morning. Andrew from Spain with a bunch of traders out there. So that should be fun today.
I'm on mute. Yes, indeed. Andrew's going to be coming to us live from Spain with the group all around him. It should be awesome. I hope he's having a lot of fun. Looks like he is, as he usually does. But in the room, let's see what our moderators are watching. Well, Andrews was first in today because, of course, it's later, right? So he didn't have that waking up problem. CoreWeave, Apple, NVIDIA, AMD, and BNAI are on his list. Megan's watching Tesla, CoreWeave, and Micron. Nathan's got AMD, and then the rest of the Magnificent Seven on his list. Thor's got his list of futures, and then, of course, NVIDIA, Tesla, and PLTR. Jared is going to be watching gold, Micron, SanDisk, which we didn't talk about, AMD, and Intel. Gary is going to be watching Tesla, PLTR, and CoreWeave. And don't forget about his session at 2 o'clock today. And Eamon's looking for some longs on Microsoft or PLTR. I've got my list, which includes the usuals, and then Intel, CoreWeave. Maybe I'll watch BNAI just to see what it does. It's a popcorn stock. Paris is going to be looking NVIDIA, Tesla, of course, Micron, USAR, and APLD. And Brian, who I think is keeping the things warm at home. I don't think he went to Spain, so he's going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, and CoreWeave. All right, so we got to keep you a couple of others on here. Whatever you're watching, guys, trade smart today. It's a Monday, right? There's no need to rush. We got all week. So let's take it easy and make sure that we take every opportunity to have a very positive experience this week, no matter what our trading looks like. We're going to hand over to the chat room. I think Brian and Andrew from their respective parts of the world are going to be joining. And Carlos, you and I. When do you make the final call, Carlos, by the way, as to whether you go or not? Like,
it's got to be tonight. Yeah, it's got to be tonight. Yeah, it's got to be tonight. So a lot of flights are being canceled, so we'll see. But tonight for sure. All right, friends, trade well. Okay. We'll see you guys a little bit later. All right, we're going to continue here in YouTube and X, because we're live on X as well. And yeah, let's continue. I see Andrew and everybody else getting ready to rock and roll. We got our 1 minute. So yeah, Peter, tonight I'll have to make the call tonight, man. And I gotta all the good flights are out of like JFK, which is the furthest airport from where I'm at. So we'll have to see.
Right. Sorry, my what's going on here? When I rebuilt my machine, a lot of my settings are not, they didn't just all snap back as I would expected. So sometimes
Yeah.
things are not switching
Once you
over as I
rebuild,
would.
man, you gotta expect for like a week you're gonna be finding things like, oh, that's not where it's supposed to be. That's not where. Yeah, it's a pain, man. Like I have to redo mine too, but I'm afraid of just having to set up everything, man. Because I think this
I
mic
hear ya.
crackling sound that
Well,
I get, I think it's I don't think it's not the mic for sure. Mic's quality is great. I think it's the cable. Something is overlapping with something, and it just creates this random friction out of nowhere. So
I like recabled everything because I literally took my box apart. I took out the video cards. Have you ever taken out a GPU? I I
yeah,
I forgot how like
you
massive
gotta
they are now.
press it, and they're massive. Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, compared to and yeah, they're big like anyways, they're like a device unto themselves nowadays.
And they're
Anyways,
heavy. The weight on it,
yeah,
Peter. It's like
yeah.
that
I
chip
was
is so strong, that green bar, because some of them just hang off of that, right? Unless you buy extra support. Like I had to buy extra support
right.
for mine. But that green thing is so strong, man. They hang vertically on that thing. I'm like, how does this not crack with all that weight, right? I know they got the bar holding it, but still, it's a lot of weight on it. So
Yeah, mine's got a little plastic spacer that they put in that actually
yeah.
supported the back end so that it supported that weight, which I thought interesting. So I said it's the first time I actually cracked open my box after a couple of years. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Anyways, all
build
right.
I build myself. I had to buy that extra spacer thing after I
Uh,
realized how heavy it
right.
was. I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah.
Yeah.
Look at
Let me.
this.
All right.
USAR on the move. On the move.
Yeah. I'm
This
watching
thing
it
is in
here.
play. Yeah, this thing is in play. It's gonna be interesting. All right, I gotta chat GPT this, friends. A couple of minutes to mark it up, but I gotta chat GPT. What does bin Paris means? It gets blocked every time. So does anybody know? Is it like a culture thing? Like, is this a bad word in some kind of other language or something? Like, it completely blocks it, right? And it's just one of our friends here on YouTube. I'm gonna unblock all this good morning stuff. But we gotta find out what that means because YouTube doesn't like it. So it's so interesting. So if somebody knows, let me know in the comments if you know what that means. Um, but yeah, 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 interesting.
All right, I gotta get everything fired up here, man. Like you said, nothing feels like it's in the right place, and it's all offset a little bit.
Oh, all right, friends.
Close that down. Shut it down. Shut it down.
We got our 1 minute
All right,
here. There we
one
go.
minute.
Yes,
One
yes,
minute.
yes.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
NVDA, maybe it's on the move here this morning. Apple. Oh no, all my screen. What the heck? All my screens are changed. Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
goodness.
not fun. Yeah, it's not gonna be
Like
fun
all
for
your
a couple of
screen.
weeks. Yeah,
I know. All my screen
yeah, I'm telling
numbering
you.
has changed.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
restarting
What the
PC
heck?
is out of control. All
Okay.
right, 10 seconds,
All
friends.
right. I don't know what to expect here, Carlos. Here we go. There's the opening
There it
bell.
is.
USAR. Is it going to take
Yeah.
off? Oh, Tesla dropping off the open.
Forgot about Tesla.
NVIDIA. Oh, NVIDIA is maybe going green here. Whoa.
See where it goes. Wow.
Wow.
USAR. It's rocking, friends.
Wow.
Rocking. It's funny. I feel like with these U.S. minerals, like my 5-minute RB or my pattern wouldn't work because it's just a rare earth metal. But maybe that's not the case.
Mm.
Maybe it does work. You know? I
Maybe.
don't know. And look at the drop here. We do have shares for short on it. Not a lot, 100,000, but we do have shares for short on USAR. In case you do
Oh.
want to take a drop here.
Oh my God. What a rejection. I was watching NVIDIA here at the previous day close. It just got rejected hard.
Mm, mm, mm. All right, friends. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Let's see. Wow, look at the ask on USAR. This thing wants to pop. It's gonna pop. The ask is keep coming up there.
Mhm.
Core weave,
Wow,
nice
the
pullback here.
the markets are pushing higher.
Good morning, friends. Good morning. Core weave. A nice bounce we're getting here. Careful on your share size, guys, on core weave. It could move $1 and $2 very easily. So if you're gonna trade this thing, very mindful of your share sizing on it.
Mm.
Oh. Like this buying pressure that we're getting here at the moment on the core weave.
Wow. NVIDIA is just pushing higher. I was looking for a short on NVIDIA, but it's pushing higher here.
Mm.
All right.
All right, friends. See what we got. Apple. AMD is heading lower.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right, nothing yet, friends. Nothing yet. Apple. Look at the break here on Apple. I don't have a play in it, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Tesla. Oh, nothing yet, friends. Nothing yet. Core weave. Did it pop up? Yeah, I like the bull flag that is kind of putting in here. It's kind of this bull flag pattern. It could be a good 5-minute RB if the VWAP and the moving averages keep coming up here. But I like the pattern here, especially the selling pressure it's getting. Let's see if we can make a new high though. It's kind of struggling back and forth here. So let's see, 5-minute coming up in 30 seconds here. So you find an opportunity there.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful with this one. Like if you look at where you're gonna put your stop, my stop would be almost $1.50. So careful with the share size. That thing is moving a lot. Actually, I don't like it the way it's dropping here for long anymore. Yeah, don't like it. Apple rejecting AMD. AMD. I don't have nothing, Peter. You?
No, not yet. Not yet. Andrew's trading USAR in the chat room. He got
Nice.
stopped out pretty heavy. He's trying it again for a move higher, see if it could do. I am watching NVIDIA here at this 188 just to see what it does. Looks like it's going higher now. So there you go. All right.
Wow, look
So
at CoreWeave, man. Did the move. Not an easy trade, but it did the
CoreWeave.
move here.
Yeah.
Susan, did you take it? Did you take CoreWeave? I know you were calling it to 106. There's your 106. Hopefully you took that trade. Nice bull flag. Not an easy trade to take, but look at the break here. Really clean. Apple back down. AMD.
Wow.
Tesla.
NVIDIA. Look at you go. Yeah,
NVIDIA
USAR
did.
is
It's so funny.
USAR
We don't put
is in
NVIDIA in
the
the
zone.
primary, and today NVIDIA is going to
I
put in a good
know.
day. Come
It's
on. What is this nonsense? Iron's looking good
yeah.
above the V. I have a nice little breakout here. Pull down. Looking interesting.
Me.
Trying to get above the previous day close. What the daily look like on this thing?
I'm gonna have to get some feedback. I'm struggling to get used to my camera being in a different position because I had it in the same position for years, and I
Years,
decided
yeah.
to move it
Yeah.
onto my central monitor here just to see what it felt like and how it looked. Well, the problem is I'm so used to having everything over on this one side that I'm always looking over here for the camera,
Yeah.
and I can't look at. Anyways, I'm not looking at the camera when I look at all the screens that show me the camera. You know what I mean? So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
anyways.
Get it.
Oh, got to get used to change. Like you said, change is amazing, eh? How you get stuck. You
Yeah,
don't
you
even
just
realize
get
you're in a
used and
rut. You
stuck.
just get
Yeah.
used to something.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. This BNAI was halted. It was opened again. It looks like
Oh
it's
yeah.
halted again.
Oh yeah. Look at the drop there.
Yeah.
Oh, so it
Oh,
opened up, down, and back
that's
up, and
not good.
wow, that's quick. That's messy. That's not easy to trade. Uh,
Yeah. Tesla, Carlos, had a drop. Retest of the VWAP dropped again. That feels like an opportunity that may have been missed a little bit.
yeah.
Oh my God, my desk is, I've had it at the maximum. Okay. The other thing, Carlos,
Apple.
I am now officially six
Yeah.
sleeps. This is how we measure things. 6 sleeps away from heading on vacation, and
Awesome.
I can't wait.
That's awesome. Apple
Oh,
potential breakout there. There it
telephone.
is. Apple breaking out nicely there. Look at that. 5-minute RB. Let's see if we can get above this. I think it's pre-market high that I have here. Oh yeah, blew right through it. 251.95. Ah,
What
it's
is that?
gone.
What does that mean?
What was that?
My phone rang and I
Mm-hmm.
answered it, and it just said, computer voice comes on and says, "You are the only person in this conference." I'm like, "Well, I didn't ask for a conference. You called me. What
Yeah.
the hell?" It's like I've been getting these spam calls. I don't know what it's for. One of these days I'll actually like stick around and find out. But it says they just come on the phone and computer voice says, "Thank you for connecting with us. We'll be with you shortly." And I'm like, "I didn't connect with you. Why do you keep calling me?" But I don't know what it's for, so I've never bothered to stick around long enough to find out.
Yeah.
It
Usually I
says I
take the
will.
number. You could Google it and they'll tell you what kind of fraud they're into.
Yeah.
Sometimes doesn't work. Wow, friends. I don't know. I have nothing. Uh, nothing. Yeah, I don't answer the phone. If it's not if it's not a contact comes up, I don't answer it. Or local number, like I
I
got all the kids' school numbers saved. But yeah, I don't answer the phone. You leave a voicemail.
Yeah.
Um, oh, unless you're waiting for a delivery. If you're waiting for a delivery that they gotta get a
Yeah.
hold of you, you better pick up every call because they'll find a reason to go to
I
the
don't
next
blame you
stop.
for that. I mean, it's funny because I was, my phone bill, my combined phone, cable, internet sort of bill went up. And so we said, all right, well, let's call and see what services we don't need or if they can reduce it. And they basically said, screw you, those are the rates. So I said, well, I want
Hmm.
to cancel my home phone because you guys like to make fun of me because I actually have like a home phone, right? Like who has a telephone anymore? Well, I do. So I've got
Look at
this
that.
actual
That's
telephone. Yeah, it's a good old school, right? Like a little
is that VTech?
connect.
VTech?
Yeah, it's a VTech.
Oh, I
Yeah,
had one of
good,
those. Oh
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
yeah. Anyways, but they give you such a discount on it that it would actually have cost me more money to cancel it. Like it's saving me money by having it. So they're
Because you're
more
getting
than
the
giving it
bundle,
away
right?
because you get the
Yeah.
bundle, and the bundle discount is more than the cost of the actual phone. So I'm like, okay, I
So they
guess I'll
get you,
keep the
man.
damn thing.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I am not.
Uh,
Wow, not seeing anything. Corey
no,
broke
I think
out.
Tesla, Carlos. Tesla was the short trade.
Yeah,
That
Tesla
was
was a
the
short trade
opportunity.
for sure. And Apple was the break. 5 minute ORB here. I tuned into too late. Um, and we could have got a good move out of this. So I missed
Now,
that one.
Nvidia's acting funny up here, retesting this 189 level. Again, I have a short bias on this, but all the orders have disappeared on it. Like even the level
Hmm.
two, the Atlas information used to be a little more downside loaded. And while it's moved up, it sort of looks like it's hit a limit here, but there's no orders either way to tell me what Nvidia is going to do. So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna, I don't know if I want to take a risk on anything. It could very well pop higher. It's like right at the exact high of day level here.
APLD. It's like all the stuff I'm looking at. APLD is another one that broke out really nice, guys. So hopefully you took that great break there. 5 minute RB was awesome on this thing. Look at that 5 minute RB right above the VWAP if you were watching it. Um, but I didn't have it on deck. What are you guys calling out? Calling out AVGO. Let's take a look. Oh man, that's a beautiful 1 minute engulfing. I think I would have taken that. I think I would have definitely taken that. That's clean. It's gone now though. I don't got a strategy for what it's doing at the moment. Oh, Apple's gonna go some more. Yes, it is. Apple's going some more. AMD. Mm, AMD looks weak. Best entry would have been here though, especially with this after this pullback. But now it's I don't know. The chances of it going lower are a lot harder. Let's see here. Mm, oh, interesting.
So I'm short a little bit of Nvidia. I just want to see if we can get a drop here. Carlos, I was looking weak there and I was a little bored, I'll admit. So
Yeah, I'm getting
so
bored
I'm
too, man. I
taking a
want to jump on
partial.
something. Yeah.
I'm taking a partial. Let's call it up here for you. Where's my screens here? So I got in with a small size. I added above 189. You can see I just took a partial. I seem to have gotten filled in like 2 parts, but so, and I'm unfortunately, it looks like I'm trading against Andrew because
Mm.
Andrew seems to,
And
oh,
just long.
and
Yeah.
yeah, he's long. So it's never good, right? You don't want to go against the Andrew indicator, but in this case, I was already in it before I realized he was short. So, or
Mm.
he was long. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
short, but here we go. Come on. I just took a partial. Next move, it's got to get all the way down to the VWAP, which is close to 188. What is the VWAP? 188.12 is the actual VWAP. So we'll see what we can do if we get there.
This is nice. Oh, that's good. That's good.
So far in the battle of the NVIDIA traders, it looks like I'm winning.
Yeah, looks good here.
Between Andrew and I. We'll take a partial again in about 10 cents if and when it gets to VWAP here. Here we go. All right, taking a partial. Not waiting in case we get a big bounce. So there you go. So that's working out. Good short here for me. Next stop.
Nice.
Where would I? Next stop, probably previous day close. So
I don't have anything.
oh, sorry, Andrew. Andrew got stopped out of. He was trading NVDL, so he was trading the leverage product. I'm just trading NVIDIA directly. But there we go.
People are funny.
Carlos, still no trades for you?
No, still no trades for me. I was looking at some interesting comments in chat. But no trades for me.
I don't seem to have the chat. Why don't I have the chat for
For which one?
I don't have the chat for X here.
Oh yeah, our what they like to call the VIP chat. Yeah, I have it here. So here we so funny. I find humans interesting, right? Very interesting. So this person comes on and they're like, since we haven't taken a trade, they call this, a part or a cat, whatever you want to call it. But then I'm like, okay, but she comes on all the time and she's always on. Like you can tell here, we can see her history. So she's always on. She's great some days. She doesn't feel, she's having a good laugh, which is nice. Her husband loves it, blah, blah, blah. But then some days she just says you guys are amateurs. And then some days she's happy, some days she's not. So listen, we love you. We don't know what's going on, but we're here for you. We really are, Shannon. Okay? So you're welcome anytime. We don't know how you feel today or tomorrow, but you're welcome. We love you. Some people just need to hear that, Okay. All right, let's get going.
All right. I think another partial because I'm at my $1 mark for my entry. So
nice.
Just wanted to lock in a little bit more of the profit in case it's looking sort of tentative here. If we get down next stop, previous day close. So that'll be my next partial area.
All right, let's see.
And you know what? Carlos, I'm not offended by that. You can call me an amateur. I don't. I don't. We don't aspire to be professional traders in the traditional term of a professional trader, because that's an institutional trader, and if we wanted to do that, we wouldn't be here. So, all right, look at this. Another partial. Yeah, baby.
Man, that is working out really nice.
If you're
Uh,
listening, Andrew, who's the master trader now, baby? Huh?
see, now what you got to go do it now. He's gonna start doing stuff, cracking on us on the chat room, and I can't hear what's going on. We're supposed to have a clean 2026, Peter. No drama. I love it.
I said no drama with anyone. It's true. I did say that. Maybe I should go with that. I just
It's
was,
like this is like if you
it does,
ever watch Michael Jordan or any of his tape. It's like talking shit about Michael Jordan during a
yeah.
game. While your team is up, that's the worst thing you could do. Because then he'll just come back and just destroy you. This is what you're doing
Yeah.
here, Peter.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
talking shit to the Michael
That's
Jordan.
true. Yeah,
Don't
that's
do
true.
that.
That's what they said, eh? There's so many of those stories where
Oh,
somebody said something and he just came back and
oh,
just
destroyed.
obliterated them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
All
All
right,
right, my
friends.
bad.
Watching video start reversing to all-time highs. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, great trade, man. Awesome trade. All right, let's see here. Um, uh, I have nothing.
I have nothing.
I have nothing here.
All right. Let's see. What else we got? Tesla. Looks like it's slowed. Apple's slowed down too. Wow. I'm getting another dollar here on
Yeah, it's really nice, man.
on
It is
NVIDIA.
just previous day close didn't stop. It went right through it, and then heading now to the low of the day, which is at 187.02.
Yeah, we got the orders that have started to build here. So 187 has got a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
185 has a ton. I don't really think, I don't know that that's realistic in the short term. I mean, maybe sometime later today, but
Yep.
let's see what we get. I know that we could accelerate faster.
Yeah. BNAI opened up and it's just been lower and lower. Look at this here. Fun might be over on this
Look at
thing.
that.
Still up
All right. So
still
just,
up 130. But jeez.
my God. I got another dollar, so I took another partial. So there you go.
Nice, Peter.
Just
Awesome
took a
stuff.
little more off there. Yeah, it's
Yes.
pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. We'll do a funded account later today. Absolutely.
So now I'm so low on my shares. I'm hoping for a little bit of a pullback up to the previous day close. Maybe I could add into my trade, and that would still put my stop well above all the current price action. Hmm. Oh, that's the wrong trading log. All right, so 188.96 is my current average. Carlos has gone quiet on me.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here. Just looking, but don't really see anything. Apple looking to break higher. Core weave went sideways, has gone sideways for a bit here. USAR continues to drop. But yeah, man, it's a nothing burger for me today, friends. So far, it's early. Still, it's not even 10 o'clock yet. We'll find something. Hopefully, we'll find something.
I'm pretty happy, like, I have to admit, with this trade on NVIDIA, because I was short bias, and of course the stock was not going against me. I'm happy that I waited as long as I did. I waited for sort of the double top, and I got
Yeah.
what is the biggest move of the day from high to low of day. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good when
Yeah.
you can, more or less top tick the entry at the top and then get a partial weigh it down at the bottom. So that makes
Oh,
me happy to see that.
that's a very
So
nice
Louis,
entry, very nice move. So
it was a modified version of what my mountain pass strategy is, right? So, I like it when things I'm so comfortable and familiar with that testing of a high, a pullback, a retest, and then when you see weakness, you take it short. It didn't have all the characteristics. Again, I'm trying to get used to trading this open, so it was not a mountain pass trade. It's too early for that, but it was similar in construction as a mountain pass, but it's the same general theory that if it was retesting that high and could not break through, then it's likely to drop, and that's exactly what happened. So, and the R3, yeah, I noticed that the R3 level was there as well, so it bounced off that R3 twice. Again, I never know how relevant these are because sometimes those cam levels are important, sometimes they're not, but I did notice that it was there.
SLGB got halted.
All right. BNAI?
No,
What
no,
did you say?
SLGB.
Oh,
I'm looking at the Halt
oh,
scanner. This is an old one that
uh,
we seen it on our list before. We never actually traded it.
uh,
I think it might have been on this day here where it went crazy. Hit maybe our scanner. Somebody brought it up, but not not really
right.
tradable. Be careful. Oh, what else?
So we're actually coming back. We've come back up through previous day close. Makes my partial down there look even better to my eye because
Yeah, right at the bottom.
I,
So
yeah, so it's good that I took some off. And if it comes all the way back, then it's okay. I don't mind. I'll get stopped out. But I mean, I'm in a pretty good position. My entry is pretty much right at the high of day. So, if it's
yeah,
going to make a new high of day, clearly it's going to stop me out. However, if this is going to stay weak, I hopefully will get an opportunity to, uh, continue to profit from this. Oh no, darn it!
what happened?
I just realized I got distracted this morning. I wandered out through the snow and got the gas meter reading, and then I forgot to register it. Now I'm gonna have to
Mm.
go do it again.
So what do you register? And you had to send it in or something?
Yeah, they did. I guess for whatever reason, they haven't put in any. Like a lot of companies have put in automated gas reading devices. They haven't done that here, maybe because of cost or whatever. So they haven't gone and retrofit it. So they basically say, they'll give you incentive prizes if you go out and read your own gas meter. So the natural gas meter literally sits on the side of my house, but in the backyard. So I got a warrant out there. I look at how many cubic meters of natural gas we've used, and then manually enter it. And I think they come like once or twice a year and just double check to see if you're lying or not.
Mm.
And if you're lying, they'll
Yeah.
charge you the difference plus a penalty. So, anyways, I'm working for the gas company.
Yeah, there you go. AMD. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm looking for now. Looking for VWAP breakouts. I mean, I didn't get anything as far as the breakout trades. Apple was a good one. 5-minute RB. I tuned in too late to actually set up the actual trade for me for this one, or just jump in. When I was looking at it, already had popped up. So was no chance for me to jump in. But would have been a good 5-minute RB here, and then the other one would have been CoreWeave. But CoreWeave was tough because I think the risk reward on this one was a little bit sketchy. Yes, take less shares, but it's getting in up here so far from the VWAP. It's not an easy trade for me. So, but those were the two that I would have taken this morning that actually turned out pretty good. So let's see AMD coming up to the VWAP. Let's see if we have an opportunity here. And I'm looking for anything else getting up to the VWAP, including NVIDIA. NVIDIA,
yeah.
it's rejecting
Thriving
actually.
Sussex. It's great to see that you take your first trade. Yes, it is scary, isn't it, when you first get into stocks? So I'm glad that you did though, and
First
win
live
or
trade?
lose, what matters is that's what he's saying. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
I assume it's live trade, but I don't know. He didn't say live or not, but I'm assuming that's it. But one or the other, what's most important, whether you make or lose money on those, especially on, well, I was going to say on your first few trades, but I guess on any trade, did you follow the rule that you laid out for yourself? That's more important long
Yeah.
term. Even if it doesn't
Yes.
work, as long as you followed your rules, that's the good habit you want to get into.
Yep. Agreed. Agreed.
All right. While I was
All right.
talking, I was looking at potentially adding here on NVIDIA, but now I feel like I've missed the ad. I wanted to get it at near previous day close at 187.60. I don't
Mm.
know. For a
Yeah,
pushback to low of
it's
day.
dropped a bit here now.
I'm gonna wait.
Yep.
I'm gonna add here.
All right, AMD's rejecting the VWAP here, so not looking good right now. You also have Tesla that's kind of bottoming out a little bit, so I'm looking at that on a different screen, and AMD. So let's see if we can find no opening range breakouts, but let's see if we can find a good VWAP. Ah, AMD's just rejecting here. It's not really not looking good for that breakout anymore. NVIDIA was looking good for the breakout, but also rejected. Man, just nothing, huh?
Darn it. Darn it.
Yeah, I know what
I
you're
missed
thinking.
the
It would have
ad.
been a good one. Yeah, it would have been a great ad.
Yeah.
Oh, here's CoreWeave. Here's CoreWeave below the VWAP. Go flash, see it too.
Yep.
Yep. Here's CoreWeave. Let's see. It's the breakout candle. We got a couple of seconds on this one. Mindful with the risk. Again, take less shares. If you do trade this one, just be careful with the risk management. Actually, setting up pretty nice here, guys. This could be. Oh, don't do that. Oh, that was a quick turnaround. It went up and right down. Hopefully, it comes back up here.
Yeah.
That was way too quick. See, look at the trading on this thing. So you got to give it room. It's not an easy stock to trade, man. It moves. So here's the pullback.
Oh,
All right.
that's a little...
Yeah, I'm gonna take. Yeah, I'm gonna take less shares. I'm gonna give it a little bit of space. I'm gonna reduce my risk. But again, it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet, guys. So we gotta wait for. Here's the pullback.
Okay.
Breakthrough pullback, and let's see if we get the confirmation. And then our entry is around 183.97. Our stop 105.50. So look at that. It's almost a $2 stop. So again, just careful with the risk. Take less shares. And we'll look for
get a $1
hopefully
stop from here.
Yeah.
Go.
Let's see. Yeah, but I don't like it here though. Here's tough. You'll get the best risk to reward, but I don't like it here. Yeah, no, I feel more comfortable if it comes down here. Gotta come down and tell me that you're really rejecting.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
There it is.
I was so one of the things my wife and I have noticed, because I used to be from my business travel, Carlos, I used to be an underpacker, right? Because I used to going on business trips, and you would pack like 2 suits. Like I had a routine, right? If I'm going for a
Yep.
week, a business week, 2 suits, one of which you'd wear, so you're only packing 1 suit.
Okay.
5 shirts, because you need 5 business shirts. You got one pair of shoes. You got one belt. You got 5 pairs of socks, 5 underwear, whatever. Like it's it, right? And it's so simple that I was like, I had an exact routine. So when I went on vacation, I would pack like one pair of shorts, one pair of long pants, couple of shirts and whatever, and I'm done. And my wife's like, you can't, what if we're going out, or what if we're doing whatever, what? So I start to pack all these clothes. So now so the last couple of trips when I packed, I had like half the clothes I never wore, because it was all like, well, what if we went to do something that you're never going to go do?
Yeah, yeah, I'm not into that,
So
man. I hear my
see,
wife does the same thing. I'm not into this
and
pack for every situation. Like,
I know.
it's
There's a
tough.
joke, I love the joke online where the woman's packing and she's like, me when I'm at home, and she wears the same tracksuit for like 2 weeks straight. And then she's me on vacation. She's like, well, maybe I need the third ball gown, sort of thing. So, so I'm looking at my packing last night. I took out all the clothes I wanted to bring, and I'm like, we're going for 11 days to Aruba. And I looked, Aruba's a little tiny island with nothing to do but sit on the beach. Like, there's nothing
Right.
going on this island.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I took out all my shirts. Anyways, I had 17 shirts, and I'm like, what do I need 17 shirts for 11
17
days?
shirts. No,
Like that,
it's way too much.
like am I going nuts? And I'm like, I gotta call this. I gotta take out a whole bunch. So I'm thinking, I really could go with like 3 shirts, probably maybe 4 if I really
Yeah.
wanted to. Do I
Yeah.
need all this crap? Anyways, I'm
No,
still debating.
I
I still have a pile of like 15 shirts, and I'm like, well, what if there's different scenarios? And I'm like, when did I become this person that wasn't comfortable going, on a vacation? And you know what? Just bring a little bit, and then if you need to, there's a washing machine there. I can throw everything in
yeah.
the wash. And
Yeah. Put it to wash, and most places you could even buy something if you absolutely have to. Um,
oh my God, I don't say that anymore because it makes my wife nervous when I say that. But I'm always like, yeah, let's show up with no luggage and just buy everything we need. Like, to me, that why not? We have the money. Like, to
it's
me
not
that would
about
be
the
fun.
money.
You need something? We're just gonna go
Women
buy
are
it.
women are different, man. It's not about the money. It's about, are they
Uh,
going to find what they want? We can walk into
uh,
I don't know, Costco and get dressed for the whole week. Women not so much, right? And not
that's a good
so
point.
much. So
That's a good
it's
point.
different. It's different.
True. Yeah.
All right, friends. I'm short. Been short core weave since we got our confirmation here. Has pulled back, bouncing back and forth between the
Okay.
VWAP and this 103 level I have here, which is, what is it? High of the pre-market, high of the pre-market. But we're having a hard time breaking this down. So let's see. My stop is 105.50, so I am giving this a lot of room. I would love to get 102, low of the pre-market and better, but I'm sorry, low of the day and better. But it is hesitating here quite a bit.
I love the comment. 17 shirts. That's good for a lifetime. Yeah, I know. It's But then I'm looking, I'm like, well, I sort of like all these shirts, and I didn't realize I had 17 beach available shirts, right? That's not even like all the other stuff that I've got here at home. I'm like, man, I clearly have too much stuff then. But then, like, it's the same thing. You have all this stuff, but you always go back to the same few things that you like to wear. You're like, so why do I bother? Why do I have all these things if I only like to wear,
I
3 shirts?
know, man, it's crazy. Like, my drawers are full, and if you go down to the bottom, it shows that I they're not brand new, but they're used to them before, but I just never wear them on a regular basis. It's just
I've
weird,
been on
man.
this kick recently where I've been wearing stuff that, like, I've been going to the bottom of my drawer and trying to find stuff that I haven't worn. And I wear it and I'm like, hey, that's okay actually. So why not? I can recycle it. Some of the stuff you're like, it's not in fashion. I get that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
not that I'm that big on fashion, but sometimes if I can tell, then you definitely know it's out of fashion, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
but then there's other things like my sock drawer. I feel like it is so full, I can't fill any more socks in there. So I've been going to the bottom and I pull out socks and I wear them. And if like I didn't like wearing those today, throw them out. I'm trying to
Yeah.
be like unemotional about it. They weren't comfortable. They slid down. They fell off. Whatever it may be. That's it. Garbage. You're done. You're dead to me. Whereas before I'd be like, oh, I'll put them away. Maybe I'll need them someday. Come on. You know what? Forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Wow, we just kind of got stuck here with a core weave. I don't know how I feel about this market atlas at the moment. So here it is, the setup. Let me show you guys. So we're here. I love this 103, tons of orders, but we also have a lot towards the top end, right? So we're just kind of in the middle, deciding what's next. But it can really go either way. Actually, looks more bullish, I'll be honest, than bearish at this point. but not huge. So we'll see. Let's see where it goes. Right now, if we can break this 103.97, which is right over here. Here we got, what is that, 104? Hopefully we can go pick those guys up and get some momentum. So that 103 would be awesome. So it's not completely in my favor, but it's not completely against me, I think.
Yeah, I've got the same thing on NVIDIA where there's orders now that have built on both sides. It does look a little short bias. But I missed. I still feel like I missed the ad opportunity, and I didn't want to add. Anyways, I haven't added. I feel like I should have. Let's see. We're heading back towards low of day right now, so that's good news for me.
There it is. We're breaking here too.
The SPY is dropping.
Yeah, that will help. The SPY dropping will help us for sure. See if we go pick up 103. 103, I'll be very happy. We can get down there. So we're trying to break 103.97. Let's see if we can get lower. I just don't think I'm gonna.
I realize, Carlos.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I was just saying. I think I got away with my earlier comments. You're right. I have to avoid conflict here. But when Andrew's traveling, he has less screens, so he can't listen to as much. So maybe we can.
Get away with it. Yes. There it is. There it is. Yeah. See, Atlas is looking bullish. I might get out on this even before my stop. Is there a funded account giveaway today? Yes, there is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Funded account giveaway
Funny
today.
You should ask. Should we do it now, or are you want to wait?
Yeah, we could do it now. I'm all for it. How many screens do you typically have? No, go ahead, Peter. You're all for what?
No, well, yeah, I'm all for stymieing those that just show up at 10:30 and they're expecting to get something free. you should. I want to reward all you guys that have been sticking it out with us all morning. So
yeah. So here's the setup for those.
Faison. Good question. Everybody's got a different number of screens depending on their setup. At home here, my setup has 6 screens, 6 27-inch monitors. That gives me more than enough real estate to look at everything I need. When I travel, I've got 3. They're basically 3, we'll call them 15-inch monitors, 2 travel monitors, and of course the main laptop one.
So. Yeah, this is Andrew's setup right now where he's at in Spain. So he usually has 4 screens, right? You got the computer, and you got these 3 extenders, which is really nice setup. I think this all folds into one, so it's easy to pack and go. But at home, I believe he has, I think about, I want to say 5 or 6. He has quite a few. There's a lot more.
Yeah, I think he runs 6 as well. I'm not, if I remember, something like that. But you're right, 5 or 6.
Yeah, so he has quite a few.
They're asking what brand of monitor. I've got a mix of brands on my desktop. They're just the cheapest, sub $200 Acer monitors for the most part. But if there's another cheap brand, I've got an Asus here, and I've got 5 Acers. So, but I don't buy expensive monitors. I keep a spare, 1 or 2 spares in the basement that are brand new in the box. So that way I've always got an extra in case I need it. I don't, I know some people like the big curved expensive monitors and pay thousands of dollars for it. I'm thinking I just want, ease of replacement. For my travel monitors, I found again a sub $200 travel, I don't know, some Chinese brand, off brand that works perfectly fine. Good high res, great picture quality, plug and play. So
all right, we're just below my stop here, 105.50. And we got tons of orders. Yeah, this looks very bullish. We got tons of orders up there at 105.50. So this might pull up and stop me out here on CoreWeave. Yeah, I'm out of it. All right, so out of CoreWeave, friends. Did come back up. Did not break. Atlas was a lot more bullish than bearish on this one. Didn't start out that way, but it eventually just
Yeah.
found support. This 103.97, it just went higher. So, and even Atlas now looks so bullish on it compared to what it was earlier. So, could be a good breakout trade if you
Wow.
guys like it long.
Rhino, you're able to trade you watch 6 stocks on one screen. It's a efficient use of space, it sounds like.
If you have a, I used to have six. Well, 6 charts. Yeah, 6 charts, not 6 stocks. It was only 3. But you could have watched 6 tickers. I don't do that anymore. It's a lot. But
Yeah. I just find like trying to like for us, of course, we got to manage the social media stuff and be online and talk to you guys. So that takes a little more screens and compute power. You know,
yeah,
Carlos, this
yeah.
weekend I was looking at so my computer I realize now is 6 years old. I actually bought it in March of 2020, and I didn't realize it was that old
Mm,
until it was started to fail this weekend, and I'm like, oh no, like I better get a new one. But in my head,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, this is still a pretty new monitor or new computer, but it's not. Um,
yeah,
Anyway, so I'm thinking, well, I've got 6-year-old video cards, right? So if I have to replace one because one was failing, I thought, well, I'm going to go look out, and I'm running dual AMD RX 570s anyway. So I'm like, well, this is like got to be like 10 generations behind the current, right? So let me just go price out what would it cost to buy a new one. It's still $600 to buy a new one of these cards. Like if I was to get
yeah.
the same one as a replacement. Now that's Canadian dollars,
But upgraded. Uh,
but
but
still. No,
but
I was just going
upgraded,
to get the
right?
same one because I'd want it to. Well, my card is upgraded. Yes, it was like top of the line when I bought it,
Right, right, right.
but anyways, but now it's not. So I thought, no, I thought it'd be like $200. I should be able to get it for a couple $100. No,
No,
not at
man.
all.
It's
Completely
they're
empty.
expensive. They are expensive.
Ah.
All right, friends. I am long core weave. VWAP breakout to the upside now.
Oh.
Yeah, I should have flipped my position, but you know what? It wasn't a pattern, so I waited for the pattern. I am long on it. VWAP looks. I'm sorry.
You're long.
Atlas looks very bullish. Yeah,
Wow.
so I'm long on
Okay.
it. Let's
Now,
see if.
are we gonna do that giveaway? Or you're in a
Yeah,
trade
this is
now,
a
so you got to
giveaway.
pay
No,
attention
we
to
could
that.
still do it. No, we could do both.
Okay.
We could do both. Let's do it.
Okay.
Right over here. Let's do that giveaway,
What's
friends.
what's the magic word for today then?
I'll let you pick as I'm setting it up. Let me go get it in here.
You know what? Let's do hashtag snow. For everybody in the
Snow.
Northeast that suffered snow. Hashtag
Yes.
snow for today. Just to
Hashtag
make it
snow for the
see.
funded account today. I like that.
There you go.
Um,
Now, see, there's people. So hashtag snow.
Let me
Yeah.
bring this over here.
Whether you're escaping the snow, you're stuck in the snow, you don't want to see snow anymore. Well, or you're somewhere where you've never seen snow in your life.
Yeah.
Hashtag snow. There you go. I'm gonna put it in myself. Get a chance to win. There we
Same
go.
here. 1 second. We set this thing up. All right, there it is. All right, it's coming in. Nice, guys. I see it coming in there. Very good.
Nvidia's bouncing back at me. I'm still short, by the way, in this. Still hanging on to my Nvidia trade. Haven't done anything. My last partial was at 9:52, so a good half an
Okay.
hour ago, 34 minutes ago. So
All right, friends. Here we go. Watching my trend on the screen here just in case I got a bail. 104.50 is my stop. But yeah, hashtag snow. And we'll see. We'll see. Okay. All right, 169 entries and the winner in 5, 4. Oh, wait. There we go. Now I'm in as well. All right, it's going to be David David Lalas. Congratulations, you are the winner, my friend. Send me an email, carlos@bedwithtrades.com, and we will get you hooked up. So David is the winner today. So congrats.
All right. Congratulations, David.
All right, and we'll do it again tomorrow.
So yeah.
So if you
Email
didn't win
Carlos
today,
to collect.
yes, if you didn't win today, good luck tomorrow and the rest of this week. Come on, CoreWeave. It's going against me. CoreWeave is just playing me today, man. On the drop, on the long, back down. It's just playing every single angle that it can. So 104.50. We're right on it. Let's see if we could survive, but it doesn't seem like it. Does not seem like it.
Coming right back up to previous day close on NVIDIA as I sit in that trade. Apple's back at the high.
Yes. Where is, here it is. All right, still looks bullish. Still looks bullish on CoreWeave. I know we dropped here, but still looks on the Atlas. Still looks like it's heavy on the upside, but it's struggling to get above that 106.
Yeah. I don't know where we're going on NVIDIA right now.
Apple, another break higher, man. Wow. Such a good trade. Such a good 5-minute RB and breakout on Apple. Was one of the cleaner stocks here. Tesla did break the VWAP, but I don't see a trade for me here though. I don't see the actual setup that we normally take, but nice breakout here. And trying to hold, see if it can. CoreWeave trying to get above the VWAP, struggling.
We're pushing to the high of day, and NVIDIA's back at previous day close. I don't know if this is going to work. I did add into my short now on NVIDIA right at the previous day close. I'm thinking I might go get stopped out, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, Amazon had a nice breakout. It's a great breakout above the previous day close and the VWAP. If you're watching and timing it here, it's a nice little breakout there on Amazon. But you have to be watching it, and you got to be able to trade that strategy. All right, just in CoreWeave long, looking for hopefully the break of 106, but it's struggling to stay above the VWAP here. 104.50 is my stop. We came right to it and bounced from it. But we keep testing it like this, we're probably going to break down back to 103 is what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm.
29.
Jeremy, welcome Jeremy to the Lamos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. Welcome to the family. Enjoy all the stuff and good luck on the drawings tomorrow and the rest of this week. All right, so I'm getting ready to stop out here. 104.50. Yeah, I'm out of it. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out of CoreWeave. Man, what a rough day for me, guys. 0 for 2. No luck on CoreWeave today. For the long or the short. Just brutal. Brutal. And that was just not a lot. There was a lot of people saying choppy day. No, there was a lot of good trades today. I think it's just, man, getting into the right one, like AMD, good short there. If you got it above the VWAP or just at the VWAP, Apple, good play long as well. Tesla, another great short. Right. So there were many opportunities for me to take. And again, just got into the wrong horses on this one. Intel, when I'm not watching the front and center, look at this beautiful short. Intel is such a pain. Like, this is an amazing clean short here on Intel. And it's dropping lower. Peter, you're still in your NVIDIA? Oh, yeah, you should be, because it's not above the VWAP. Yeah.
No, oh, darn it. I was just debating whether to add again. I was like, should I add some more? Should I be really aggressive and just add some more? And then, for all or nothing here with the stop around 188. And then it just spiked down here. So I think I might have
Oh, you
missed that
didn't do it?
opportunity. We'll see. Hey, if it goes back to low of day, I'm going to take some off. Maybe this is one that, Carlos, I can play some ranges all day. I'll take partials.
Yeah.
Partial at the low of day. It can bounce back to the previous day close. I'll add into my short. That would be fun. I haven't done that in a very long time. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but, we'll see what happens. Just keep playing it here. Just keep watching it. Keeping my eyes peeled.
And Intel, new low, and it's just dropping. Tesla failed the VWAP here. Huh. Everything seems to be going a little south. Is the SPY selling off? I don't have the SPY up. Okay, not by much. A little bit of a drop
but
here, but nothing crazy.
But it's selling off from the highs. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazon trying to hold. Wow, good drop on a Tesla for VWAP. It's a nice little drop there. All right, I know we got some fun stuff coming up this week, friends. We have earnings starting to kick off. Let's go to Train Terminal and see what we have scheduled, because this should start
some more earnings.
Fed
rate announcement, like we mentioned earlier. Don't forget, that's on Wednesday, so midweek we got that Fed rate.
When is our guy done? Trainterminal.com. When is he done? He's April or March, something like that.
May.
Oh, we got
Powell.
Yeah,
Powell. Yeah, he's got three more Fed announcements.
All right, so we got him for a bit. Okay.
Yeah, he's not done yet. Fed watch. So the next Fed rates, he's got this one in March and one in April. So he's got three more, including this week's.
Yeah, he's got quite a few. So here it is, trainterminal.com. You can check what's happening. So we got a couple. We got Boeing tomorrow morning at the open, American Airlines. That could be okay. And then here it is, Wednesday and Thursday is the heavy hitters. We got Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla. So you got these three. Where's Starbucks? I like the way Starbucks trades. Really like that. And then we got SanDisk. Everyone's looking forward to SanDisk. This is gonna be interesting. And of course, Apple. How can we forget? So yeah, should be a very, very interesting week.
Yeah, I think so.
4 of the Max 7s. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Any other ones? Yeah, 4 of the Max 7 reporting. So it's a lot of volume. No, yeah, CoreWeave is again the level 2. If you look at Market Atlas, it's not giving you anything that's definite, so I wouldn't trust it for short or long. I think it's just kind of stuck within this range back and forth. Clearly, this 103.97 level is having a hard time breaking it. Look at the bounce right from that, and then this 10 106 105.80 is another area where it's just kind of stuck in between. So unless you're playing the ranges, if you're playing ranges, then that could be a whole different ballgame because you're getting in here. I'm doing breakouts, so for the breakouts, a little bit different.
Oh,
as far as the
my
play.
10:30 alarm just went off, so
Right, all right.
So, All
right, looks like our friends might be joining over, so let's go head on over there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, when Andrew joins like this, I think just from his laptop, I got to do something on my end. Because it won't come in through his normal setup. So let me see here. Oh, no, not
yet. I'm hearing you in an echo, so you're in the room.
Yep. I think they're getting ready to come over. That's why.
Gonna get Andrew and Brian in here.
Yeah. Yep.
So hello, everybody. I hope everything's going well. I traded against Andrew this morning, unfortunately, not intentionally. I got short in NVIDIA and then realized Andrew was long, and it was turned out to be. I'm still in it. Just one trade for me today. You can see I went short at the high of day, and partialed all the way down on that big move from high to low of day, and then added just a few minutes ago as it was sitting, retested the previous day close. I'm going to take another partial if we get back to the low of day, which is below 187, 186.80 area. So we'll see what happens. See if I get that opportunity or not. I almost added again, it was going to be aggressive on my ad, but you can see my new average is up here at 188.29. So we'll just hang on here, see how this goes. But a good short for me. Hey, Brian, welcome.
Brian, how are you, my friend?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
I hear you, but I don't see you.
I wonder if my camera's got its. Hang on a sec. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. All right. Now we got you.
The cap had closed on the camera. I don't know how that happened, but there you go.
Okay.
So how was everyone's day?
Well, my day's gone better than Carlos, but
yes,
hey, we're
mine's
here.
Has been a little rough.
All right.
So. I had a really good trade, one and done, basically.
Nice.
Again,
Me too.
I really liked the this setup I keep talking about, pre-market. Just looking for stocks that just show some evidence of where they might be headed in the first or in those last 5 or 6 minutes before the open. And I was just literally just watching the SPY just tick up and tick up and make new highs just before we opened. So I just watched it the first minute. It pulled back to the VWAP and the 20 EMA, and I took it long from there.
Oh.
So that trade just worked out really well. I just traded the SPY.
Oh, nice.
If I'd been a little bit faster,
Brian,
I would have.
Was Andrew going to try to join us, or he's
I don't know. He's in
activities?
Spain, and he's waiting for me to send him some money.
Okay, do that.
Was he blaming you for his losses?
Well, he was saying, "How does it feel that I lost money and you made money today?" And I said, "I feel sorry for you." So, and then I got him into we did a small trade right at the right before we came over. We were watching Tesla. Tesla was kind of breaking out through the VWAP, so we're waiting for a pullback, and got a pullback. Hit the VWAP, and he and I went long there, but that was when the market started to roll over, and there was some orders that started to show up in the downside. So So he blamed me for losing more money on that
He said,
trade,
Send him
which I
a
which I
Starbucks
which I yeah,
send him a Starbucks
which
gift
I
card.
can't say I didn't, but I also lost money on that trade. My money was where my mouth was, so
All right. Well, there you go.
I gave back a little bit that I made today. But again, these late day trades I'm not really keen on anyway.
Maybe better yet, you should just send him a dude's gift card. He can use it when he gets back home.
But I mean, they're in Spain and I'm in chilly Vancouver. So, although not as chilly as where you are, I understand, Peter.
Yeah, it's been pretty cold, I've got to say. I mean, it's sort of business as usual around here, but definitely a little colder than normal. Did you get any snow in Vancouver, or is it just
No,
cold?
no,
No.
hang on a sec here. I'm gonna stand up. I'm tired of sitting.
Okay. Just making the
So
stands.
no, we haven't had. I've been noticing this that we have not had any snow this year.
Okay.
So um, it's a
Wow.
little bit unusual. Usually we get at least sort of one blast, but we're
Right.
not haven't had any yet.
Okay. Well, it's
Short
it seems like
short U.S.
the the snow is forming after the mountains and coming east all year. So
Oh yeah. Well, we'll see. It's supposed to get rainy again here, and it's still pretty. It's zero. It's 30. It's right at freezing. It's 0 degrees centigrade, 32 Fahrenheit for
okay.
us for our American friends. So we just need a little rain, and maybe we'll get some snow in the city. But I'm hoping not, because Vancouver drivers are absolutely horrific in the snow.
I can't imagine many people do snow tires if you're just driving in the city, right? So it's probably
No,
bad. They probably don't have
that's true
good
too.
traction. Yeah. That's typically what happens when you get, places like it always amazes me that there's places where it's surrounded by snow, but the city itself doesn't happen to get snow, so nobody like bothers to put snow tires on. Denver can be
Exactly.
like that sometimes too. You think
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
don't drive out of the city.
Silver has been amazing. I mean, if you've been following my swing trade videos that I put out on the weekend, I've been in silver since probably middle of last year, and
Right.
just been riding this train up, this rocket ship up. It's
Crazy.
been amazing. I've had an absolutely amazing year. Swing trades accounts
Mm,
are, some of them are up to like 180%,
wow.
200%. So this has been, this is a stellar year. You don't, these are the years you live for. You catch a trade like silver or gold. Gold's been good too. Some of the critical earth metals. So in Vancouver, this yesterday and today, there's a convention that they have every year in January called the Resource Investment Conference. Been
Okay.
to it a few times, but this year it's just this year I was down there yesterday, and actually I was a little bit scared. This is the, like, I'm looking. This is the sign of a top, where you get
Right.
so many people that were there, and they're all hyped up about silver and the next. But if you're getting into silver now, I think you're. I don't know. May not, if you're going to do it, you get in at this point. Just don't go all in. That's for sure. Because I've
Right.
felt these manias before, and they eventually nothing or no runs like this ever can keep going forever. There's always an end.
Yeah.
and
And it always
we may be close.
and it always ends in tears for somebody.
It does. Yeah. Yeah, Robbie, no snow on the roads. Just on keep it in the mountains for the skiers, snowboarders. Yeah, you can't. It's been amazing, amazing run. Sorry, what did you trade, Peter?
Just NVIDIA. I got short
Okay,
NVIDIA at the high of day. See it on the shared
was that your
screen there,
mountain
my trade.
pass?
It's a version of it. It hasn't isn't a pure mountain pass because it was early in the day and it didn't have all the signals. I'm just trying to trade more actively at the open. This is the first thing I saw that I liked. I was short biased all morning on NVIDIA, so just waiting for my opportunity, and then when it presented, I took it. So
Yeah, I do like the setup on that. Definitely sort of double top action. Couldn't get above and it was right at R3, one of the Camarilla pivots. Um, yeah, that was a nice setup for a short.
mm, mhm.
So we've done wow, we did a nice 920 trade. If you want to see an example of a 920 trade on the Qs and the SPY, you can see I didn't take those trades, but you can see how we had a nice steady run up, especially on the Qs. The Qs is a cleaner 920 trade. You get a nice run up.
Right.
You get eventually you get some flattening out, and then it drops below the 9, hits the 20 EMA, and finds support there, and then just goes back up and makes a new high on the Qs. Same with the SPY. The only thing right now is now we're really looking a little bit toppy here. I'm actually gonna sit down here.
Well, Brian's grabbing a.
Love
I
my
thought you
new.
raised the desk. You raise the desk. You
I
lower the
know. I
desk. I
just put it
can't keep
back
up
down.
with you.
Love my new desk. Christmas present to me.
And those are the best gifts. Why not give yourself a gift, right?
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
who deserves it more than you for you to spend your money,
Yeah.
right?
I think the challenge with Netflix now is, they're in a bit of a takeover battle. I think, typically when one company takes over another, it's the company that's doing the taking over usually goes down, and usually they're paying a premium for the company they're taking over,
Yep.
so that stock goes up.
Yep.
Um, but I don't know. I kind of feel like Netflix is going to be in a bit of a funk for a while until this is sorted out, and then to see if they can actually, get value for if they do end up taking this, taking out this other company.
Right.
If we take, let's just look at the daily, man. It's really been on a downtrend. I kind of thought it was going to hold there at, around 90, 94, $90, but it's just taken another leg lower here. So,
Yeah. Speaking of legs lower, my NVIDIA is moving down. Let's see if I can get back again. Low of day. It's where I said 186.80 is where I want to get my partial if I can get down there. So sitting looking pretty good. Playing the long game now. Started as a shorter trade. Now I'm sort of moving it into a long term. Well, we'll see how long it goes, but it'd be great if I could ride this out all day. We'll see what happens.
See if you wanted to enter NVIDIA now, you could, or in Netflix, sorry, I should say. I mean, you could use sort of 83 as your stop. Again, I still don't. It's still in a downtrend. It's still chasing that 9 EMA. It still hasn't really been able to hold above it. I mean, that could be, an indication. I just watched the stock 9 EMA on the daily, and see if we can finally sort of break and hold and close above it. Might be an indication that there's at least some buying going on here.
Mm. All right. Well, we got a little bit of a bounce here on NVIDIA.
Yeah, this yesterday or Friday's low seems to be an area where they're defending it right now.
Mhm. All right, guys, I'm still watching NVIDIA here, 187. Again, 25 cents away currently from my next partial target area. And Brian, you clearly decided not to go to Spain with the crew.
Ah, I was thinking of going. I was seriously considering going, and then I thought, I had this other stuff came up. There was this conference that I wanted to go to. There's some other meetings this week that I should be at. So I just thought, and I looked at the weather, and I thought the weather didn't look to travel all that way. I mean, if the weather had been like, 30 degrees or, 80, 85 Fahrenheit,
Right.
if it looked a little bit more summery, I probably would have tipped the scales. But I said I don't need to travel 18 hours, 20 hours to go to weather that's 17 or 18 degrees C.
Mm,
So
okay.
I
I
use EMA. I like the setups that I look for typically do work better with the exponential moving averages. CoreWeave's been relatively weak after that pop.
It is. Carlos was trying to trade CoreWeave earlier. It just was not cooperating with him. Now it's finally
Yeah.
dropped through. He was watching that 103 level. It's now clearly dropped through that. So feel bad that he didn't get the target that he was looking for, but such is life.
Yeah, AMD seems to have found a bottom at S4, so I would be watching that, watching the reaction you get at the VWAP there if it does get up there. We did get a pullback and another bounce on the Qs, so we're still dip buyers are out there.
Indeed. All right, guys. I'm just keeping a close eye on my trade here. All right. Well, we'll see where it goes. So is this Did you decide based on the over enthusiastic people at that conference, Brian, to sell some of your silver? Or
I'm definitely taking some money off today, a little bit of money off today.
okay,
Again, um, it's the you can call it the Uber driver,
right,
the barista indicator.
right,
When you get in an Uber and someone asks, tells you they're buying, the driver tells you he's buying silver, or
yep.
when the guy who's making your latte tells you he's just waiting for his next paycheck so he can buy some silver, that's when you know it's the end is near. As a matter of fact, that was funny that actually happened to me. I had my one and only big foray into cryptocurrency. I think I've
Okay,
told this story before about how I actually bought one Bitcoin when it was trading at around $800 or $900
right,
many years ago, obviously. But I bought it and then held it, and it that was the first little pop that happened, and then after
okay.
that, it kind of pulled back. It went to 500. It was trading around 4 or 500, and I just thought, well, there's I can write off that $1,000. But so I kind of forgot about it, and then the next thing you know, it's in the news again. It's back at 1,000, then it's at 2,000, then it's at it just keeps going up and 10,000, and at
Right.
this point, I'm starting to cash out a little bit, and then it got up close to 20,000, and I was in having a latte at my favorite coffee shop one day, and the guy who was making
Oh.
it, was starting to tell me, asked me if I knew anything about Bitcoin, and he's all can't wait for his paycheck. So I went down after the next day and sold a lot of my Bitcoin at that point, and it turned out to be pretty close to the top. So at least the
Well,
top
this
on that run.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say the short-term top, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, the short-term top. That was that first big run to 20 grand. So
Mm.
that was uh that was my
And
indicator. Get out.
yep. Hey, look, it's a valid one because I've said the same thing.
Yeah.
I was in a taxi in New York, and the guy was, when what do you do? Making conversation as sometimes they do, and he was all super
Yeah.
excited that I was trading and telling me that he was getting into whatever stock, and I'm like, yep, there's a sign. And it's not anything against the individuals, it's just people who don't
No.
normally follow the market. When they start talking to you about something that they wouldn't normally follow, then it's sort
Yeah.
of like you said, it's sort of reached its peak. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of
Yeah.
people, that's why they sour on investing or trading, because that they only hear about it by the time most of the money's already been made. So
So breaking out on the cues. This is interesting. There we go. Here's another high.
yeah, Nvidia, it's pulling my Nvidia higher. Looked like it was about to break lower, but it might be just bouncing in a range now. We'll see. It's going to either break out of the range to the top side or the bottom, one or the other.
Interesting. Some of the space stocks have really kind of topped out here. ASTS just couldn't get above 120. Now it's pulling back again. What about Rocket Lab? Rocket Lab again couldn't get above 100. Now it's pulling back. Seems to have broken its uptrend as well. Taking a bit of a long on IREN. This is a swing trade. If you watch my swing trade video on the weekend, IREN was one of the ones I was watching. So it seems to have bottomed out here. I'm looking for a break of this. If we can break out through this sort of 56, 57 range, this will be a nice breakout.
Well, come on. NVIDIA, where are you going, buddy?
Yeah, we're going into a big week here, guys. This is a big week of earnings. We've got what have we got here? We've got Boeing tomorrow morning, Texas Instruments tomorrow night, ASML, big semiconductor manufacturing machines, SP and
Yes.
Starbucks in the
I hear you
morning
now.
on Wednesday. Microsoft, Meta, what is it? Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, and IBM after the close on Wednesday, and
Hello?
Apple
Hi,
and
Paris.
Visa on Thursday after the close. So, and of course, we've got Mr. Powell with a rate decision at Wednesday. And I don't think
Yep.
anybody's expecting anything other than a no move. I think it's like 98% on the Fed Watch tool that there isn't going to be any change. I think it's going to be the dot plot where each Fed governor sees future cuts, and maybe what if Powell has anything unsettling or something settling to say. Who knows?
You may settle things. I think Paris is joining us here, but we can't. I think Carlos, if you're out there, you probably have to enable him so that because Brian, based on how you normally join, you
Yep, he's
probably
on.
can't hear him.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep.
There you go.
Perfect. What's up, guys? How is everyone doing? And I
Oh,
am. Can you guys see my screen? Let me
yeah,
go out, actually.
it's
I
travel,
Oh,
just,
look at
Paris.
that.
I'm
I
just
can tell he's
here.
happy.
I'm just
He's on the
here
road.
to
Nice.
make everyone jealous on how amazingly Andrew selected this particular villa. And see
Yeah,
this?
nice.
Yeah,
Beauty.
I'm actually getting
Where's the
out.
Mediterranean? Is that the Mediterranean?
See this, guys?
yeah, beautiful. Jump in the pool, Paris.
Let me. So this is our villa at the back, and I just hope I don't fall in a pool. So, and this is the view on the back right here.
Nice.
Guys,
Very
you
nice.
should have been here. It is such an amazing weather. And again, it is not cold. I'm not wearing anything. It was just one day.
I don't know, man. Your
So,
pictures did not convince me.
You're not wearing anything?
It was just one day.
so,
You
and
know.
this is Starlink, by the way. If anybody has not seen it, this is Starlink right here, directly connecting to the satellite. And
Nice.
Uh-huh.
that's the pool where we hang out. And there are really nice villas on the side right here.
All right.
And they're amazing, amazing weather here, and such a nice experience so far. First time in Spain, but it's been awesome. And if you want to see how our inside looks like, this is exactly I'm entering in, and we have all the food, all the liquor, everything sitting on the backside. But
we have all the food. They have all the food.
and this is our team. This is Andrew and
Hey,
John.
oh,
We have
there's our
people
buddy.
trading
There's
all
Johnny.
together.
Go, Johnny, go. Nice.
So
Oh,
how was
man.
the day? How was
Paris, you need to be happier. Come on, man. Just lighten up, would
Yeah.
you?
Paris is just he's always bringing you down.
He's so excited. I love Paris. Paris is
Yeah.
always so excited when he
Just
travels. It's awesome.
Paris
It's
Paris is,
awesome.
man, if there's anyone that loves life, it's Paris.
There you go. You might as well, right?
well, you only live once, right? So
That's right.
Indeed.
Exactly. You
by
only
the way,
live once.
Peter, the last time you talked about me was you referred me as a 5-year-old, and then there was something that you mentioned, 5-year-old plus smart 5-year-old guy. So
Okay. Probably. Sounds like
Guys,
something
yeah.
you'd say.
So, just before
But
I
well-
go, someone asked about my take on crypto. I think crypto's really just stuck in a range right now. For 2026, I mean, I have no idea. All I know is it's pretty much range bound right now, and I'd be just watching for some point where it breaks that range, sort of 95K to 105K. So that's kind of my take on where we are right now. Where we're going to end the year, I have no idea. So, all right. Anyway, I'll leave it to you guys. Have a good one. I'm going to grab some breakfast.
All
Yeah,
right.
perfect, guys. I'll see you
Cheers,
guys in the
everybody.
chat room. Lovely seeing you, Peter. Brian, miss you so
Likewise.
much.
Yeah.
Later,
Miss you,
Paris.
man.
Keep
Take care.
smiling. Oh, what a drop in a video. What the heck? And I missed it. I missed the big partial down here as we were talking. I was busy focusing on the views. I missed look at that move. Damn.
Nice. Yeah, I had a pretty good day as well. I'll talk in the chat room, but see you guys. Miss you. Take
Okay.
care.
Later. Whoa. Okay. Look at me not paying attention. Dang, that was a giant move. Well, I'm down below where I said I'm going to take my partial. So I'm just going to wait here. I'll take this partial if it comes back up to the level. Otherwise, I'm going to see if it can sell off again. Here we go. Yeah, baby. All right, let me just take that partial here. There you go. So, NVIDIA. Working out nicely. Working out nicely. So one trade for me, guys, all day here. And sometimes that's all you need. One and done, right?
Absolutely, Peter. That's what you need, one and done. That's how you do it, my friend. That should be every day. Actually, with most of my mentees and the people I work with, generically, one trade a day is often the best scenario. What you will notice is when you trade 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades, 5 trades, it's normally because you're losing and you're trying to make something happen. But that first trade is always going to be your playbook trade where you really pay attention, you really focus, and you really hit the right opportunity. All the rest of it's going to be substandard stuff. So I think Peter putting on display right now for you how when the master is the master, he hits it one and done like that. So that's good stuff, man. Lovely short on that NVIDIA there, bud.
And you know what level was it at there, Thor? The R3, right? Came right off the cam level. So.
Yes, sir.
Which is interesting because
beautiful.
I wasn't actually using that, but I can acknowledge that that's the level that it was at. So it's good. I like it when other people are seeing the same thing, no matter what their reason.
So Peter, we have a lot of our traders that use my cam system. They love the mountain pass, for instance, as an entry signal. So what they're looking for is they're looking for like R3 or R4, but they're looking for a mountain pass to set up on that particular level. And having that pattern combined with that level creates some very powerful plays. So, and I think this is kind of like an element there where it kind of all lines up, because I noticed you hit a very lovely double top up there. I mean, wow. I mean, your short entry is bananas. I mean, look at that, people. What a top tick this guy's doing here on this stuff. I mean, he's kind of showing off a little bit, I think, actually. I mean, that's
you
pretty
gotta
amazing.
flex every once in a while. Go on.
Love
Anyways,
it.
I'm gonna
Love
leave it to
it.
you guys. Have a great morning. It's been a lot of fun for me, and I'll see everybody back here on YouTube tomorrow. Trade smart, and in the room, of course, later today.
Man, well, good. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube landia. Yeah, I mean it's a R3, Ben. So obviously it's not like where I'm looking, but I mean if you're combining, it's a selling range, right? So selling ranges are selling ranges, and he's in the right spot. So I just shared my screen, should be coming up here in a second. Until then, I wanted to say hello to my guy Nathan, my the dean to my Sam. In this whole grand thing. I got my screen up because I wanted to show you guys I am short as all get out on RTY right now. I'm in it right now. I'm aiming for S3. I'm 5 contracts in this bad boy. I'm up about 6 grand right now on this thing. So we're looking pretty nice for a nice solid move on this. We were trading live with P Capital. Both Nathan and I were trading live with P Capital this morning, and I mean we totally highlighted this trade start to finish, and it was it had everything. So as soon as we hit the R3, you can see here I'm short right when we hit R3. The reason why is on my buying and selling detector, you can see we have actually we had our buying climax right here. So for those of you who love VPA, there's our buying climax. We then offered, but notice how we couldn't make a higher high on the reoffer in the volume. So we had a struggled advance after the climax. That is our reversal signal. Remember, advancing, stopping, struggling. There's our struggle. So I go short at the level, requiring a breakout volume in order to make us go higher, which just gives me perfect premium. So we sold off once we offered back. I went ahead and marked a trend because I'm so heavy in this position. If we rebuy the open, I'm going to go ahead and go out of it, just because it's M2K and RTY are the same, just varied contracts, right? RTY is the big boy for M2K. But yeah, if we go too much higher than this, just because of the amount of risk I have on, I'm still going to make a few grand on this no matter what happens. But right now we're going for the target, and it should be around a 9 grand trade if we get all the way down there. So I think it could be a fun time. So hello, everybody else, Bright Life, all of our garbage and trucks, Lambos people, Tim, Fire Guy. Good to see you all. I hope you're all having an amazing trading day as well. We'll take a look at AMD here in a second. Nathan, how was your morning, brother? Baller. That's the perfect idea. If I had $1 million, I would take 2 trades at the same time is what I would do. Oh, they're saying they don't hear you, Nathan. Nathan just asked me what I would do if I had $1 million. I can hear you. So I think it's on the Peter side of things. Or the Carlos side of things, whoever's running this boat. We got a bad Peter right now. So it's not good. So we'll kind of there we go. So today we've had one, technically if you combine them all, we've only had 1, 2, 3 alerts today so far. So we had some candidates, but there were not a lot of plays that actually fired today. So but as you can see here, NQ/QQQ both called recently within like a minute ago. NG, or sorry, 1023. So it was like maybe a half hour ago. Natural gas or natty gas, and then RTY, which is IWM, and then Amazon all by its lonesome. I think NQ is in a great spot for reversal. It hasn't hit the level yet. So for me, what I want to see is a little bit of an opposite reference. That's fun. Looking for it to get up there and hit R4. If it hits R4, it could be good. So the reason why we're laughing is someone in Peak Capital asked me if I take 2 positions. And I said, well, with my risk size and everything I have going on, I'm just going to take the one and just let it marinate. And then so Nathan laughingly says, well, what would you do if you had $1 million? And I would take 2 positions at the same time. So, but again, NQ not really working out as well. Notice on NQ, on the buying and selling detector, we have not climaxed our buyers yet on NQ. So NQ actually still seems like it's gonna want to push. So I want to see NQ really throw a lot of buy volume, ideally on a very truncated candle, right? I want to see effort with no result. I want to see him just try and go, but nothing happens, right? That's what I'm looking for a reversal, and that has not happened yet. So far, we're still buying, we're still offering to buyers, and we haven't climaxed our buyers. So I still think we've got push to go, right? So RTY, however, which is what I'm holding right now, it had it all. So look at this beautiful RTY, right? So I'm living this one. So Helga, on if you're using the TV basic indicator, then you need to make sure it's configured the same way mine is, right? Because if you had the premium version, you could just load Thor mode. And so in the premium version that I have, anytime I update or adjust my settings, we update Thor mode. So if you go in there and select the options preset for Thor mode, you always have my updated settings, calls, and everything else. If you're using the basic indicator, then you have to go in there and recreate Thor mode all on your own, which is kind of the idea. So I know it's mean, but I got a developer I have to keep happy. So you know how this works. So but I am working, Beth, and I have started on it, and I'm so happy you mentioned it. I don't know if we've got Nathan back yet or not, but if not, maybe Telegram Peter. But I have actually started working on a new book, and that new book is called Camarilla Pivot Plays, is going to be the book. So it's just going to be a detail of the Camarilla pivots, right? And how their functionality. It's actually going to detail the indicators that we have put together and their stuff. So there is a difference between Thor mode and Thor unlocked. Thor mode is Thor mode. Thor mode unlocked is Thor mode, but after you load it, you can do other stuff with it. So if you want to load Thor mode to start, but then let's say you want pre-market calls, which mine won't do pre-market calls, you could do Thor mode and then allow for pre-market calls, right? There's also another Thor mode in there as well, which is I think it's Thor mode PPM, and I think that's one that's Thor mode but has pre-market calls already enabled or something like that. Maybe Bruz could comment. I know I saw him. My developer is Bruz. He's my business partner in this whole thing. He is the Wizard of our Oz, and he is who makes the magic happen. One of the things that's awesome about having the premium indicator is you get access to actually Bruz. You can talk to Bruz on through our chat on every single day and 24/7. Basically, he won't answer, but so this is one of the major advantages is not only do you get the indicator, but you actually get to talk to what would you call the inspiration and the perspiration of the indicator. So if you want the premium, you can either find links to that on my Instagram, ThorYoungMA, or you can go to my mentoring website that I share with Dr. Vanessa, and that's www.marketalchemists.org. So if you just want to know when the calls are coming in, you can get those easily. If you're a Bear Bull Traders member, we actually pipe those right into the chat room. So you can get calls right there. Or if you have TradingView, all the calls like mine. So we actually at the open already had this as a candidate play. We got in range. It actually called and drew the box, right? So all I had to do was wait for it to get to the line. As soon as it got to the line and I saw the struggled volume, that was all the signals that I need. My system is complex, but the way I play the system is not, right? So all I'm looking for is an alert, hits the line, and evidence of accumulation or distribution, right? If we're distributing, which is what I believed here, right? Because of the struggle that we were starting a distribution cycle after a buying climax, the VPA here fit. So that was all I needed. And that's why we have the buying and selling detector down here. right? Because this is VPA visualized, right? It's an invention of mine and Bruzz's, right? And it's the only volume weighted tick indicator that I believe exists. And it's as far as I'm concerned, obviously I'm a little biased. I actually think this is my legacy instrument. The Camry pivot plays are amazing. I think the buying and selling detector is actually going to be the thing that will get me remembered like 10 years from now. I think like market specialists will talk about this crazy indicator some dude came up with. Can you put directions in your book too? Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna do the whole book. We're gonna talk about the indicators and all that stuff will be in that. And the book's just gonna be called like the Camry Pivot Plays by Thor Young or something like that. Indicators. Hey, Peter, did you happen to get Nathan's audio switched on for us by chance? We were having trouble hearing him. I mean, it's our day to like hang out. I miss you already. I'm talking to myself to YouTube. So yes, I have moved my stop. Since today is a trend day, so we normally trend more on Mondays, and because of again, I'm up quite a bit of money on this one. I'm not going to go back to zero on this. That would actually probably piss some people off, and I'm actually even though it's a bigger account, I might burn my trailing stop on that one. I'm evaluating a new account. So I think if I went all the way back there too, I'd burn my trailing stop on that one too. So I don't want to do that. So right now, if we rebuy the central pivot and rebuy the open price and the pre-market high, I'll go out. I'll still make like $3,000 on this trade or something. It'll be a beautiful day, right? But I don't want to limit its potential. I want S3 on this thing, but I can only give back so much before it just doesn't work mechanically. And if that's the case, I got to get back to R3 and maybe we try it again. But right now, RTY has been, ever since it hit R3, it has been selling, and it has been selling amazingly. So I have no expectation for this thing to go back up there. T-Trader, thoughts on QBTS? Let's find out. I have not looked at QBTS in my entire lifetime. It was almost a nice R3 short. It didn't make it to the level, but it was close. You can see here by the highlighted line that it was a candidate for a little bit at the open. It just killed once it went too low in the range for it to be viable to watch. But I mean, we were watching it, but it never hit the line. But it was a beautiful short. I would not buy it here. This is not eligible for a buy. You're selling. You've been selling. You've offered to the buyers to buy. They did not, and now it's selling. So if you go to, I guess, hang for like a minute or two, Nathan. I guess if it doesn't happen, man, I don't want you to just sit here and waste your time.
Thor, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Peter.
Okay. Because unfortunately, Carlos is in charge of the switch, and he probably went and tried to take a break, and
yeah, did he?
We're looking.
Yeah, so Carlos and Peter aren't in Spain. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm about to head on vacation next week, so
where are you going?
Back to back, going to Aruba.
Shit. Yes, sir. I love Aruba.
I've never been. So,
oh my God, I'm not going to say a thing. I just tell me about it when you get back. I've been there, but I'm not saying a thing. It's an experience.
I'm a little surprised. Everybody said we're going because some friends are there and they invited us, and we said, okay, let's go. But I'm just so everybody seems to love Aruba. When I look at a map, it's just a tiny little island. There's nothing going on. I guess you better like beaches, right? Yeah, I guess.
There's more there than you think. Once you get there and you start exploring around, just all I'll say is look for the old fort near Midtown. After hours. That's all I'm saying.
After hours.
Things get fun. Okay. Things get very. You go down near where the port's at. They have this old looking fort looking situation, and when you go inside of it, they do like a whole party scene market thing that happens in there.
Oh.
It's really classy and it's a fun spot, but the water, oh my God, it is so beautiful.
Yeah, what I was impressed is that when I'm looking, the average temperature varies between 24 and 26 degrees Celsius. So what is that? That's 80 and 85 or something like that, or whatever that is in Fahrenheit.
Peter, nobody actually knows what the conversion is.
Yeah,
actually,
nobody knows.
It's not a real thing. So there are stupid things that Americans do that like nobody else does, as you guys well know. This would certainly be one of them. Like I used to even think there was a direct relationship. Like, oh well, if we're at 32, which is their 0, then if we're at 90, then they must be at 60 something. That's not how this works. It's like percentage based. Like it changes. It's like, okay, this is maddening.
Yeah, the
Who came up with
mathematical
this?
formula is a little complex. Like you multiply by 5/8 and then subtract 32 from the number or whatever it is. So, or subtract
Exactly.
18,
Like who
something
came up
weird,
with
like it's-
this? Like you would have to be like a astrophysicist or something just to like do the like.
All right. I think Nathan, you should be on YouTube. Nathan,
Oh, I'm on now?
I
Okay,
think so.
good. All right.
I just heard from Carlos. He said he should have got you enabled. Guys, can you hear Nathan?
Hear me
Can you hear
okay,
Nathan?
guys?
Do Thor emojis if you can hear Nathan.
You got to speak, Nathan. So
Do we have Nathan
you
emojis?
guys-
I feel like we need Nathan emojis in our lives.
I don't know. I like the Thor one. That one's
There we go.
the
Thor
Peter,
emoji.
the Peter and Thor one are my favorite by far.
all right, there you go. We got him. Okay.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. This is the worst part of being a longer hold trader. So for those of you who know, I don't partial. I just take one entry, I take one exit, I trade R3 to S3. These are my like levels that I do. It's just a thing. This is the part where it's the least enjoyable of the entire process. So I'm going to put it on here for a minute just so you can suffer with me. But so I'm sitting here, I'm up a very good amount of money, and I'm sitting here maybe only like maybe like 4 or 5, points away from where my target's going to be, and it's just chopping down here. And you're just like, I could just take it off. I could just be done for the day. It would be amazing. I just don't, because, what's going to really piss me off is if I cut this thing and then it waterfalls down into the level. And then, so I've just kind of accepted that I'm going to make at least like 2 to 3 grand on this position, but I want to give it potential to make me, and there's still plenty of ATR to the downside. So I want to give this one potential to get to come down and get to me. So while we let that marinate and squeeze a little bit just to make everyone bothered, let's go ahead and check out NQ, and then let's check out Netflix. Someone's asking Nathan, what do you think about Netflix's order book?
Yeah. What is the NFLX? I kept going in the wrong
I will pull up.
I haven't looked at Netflix
also.
and
I know it's been a way. It's had some good cam plays actually. Tradingterminal.com, Atlas.
It looks kind of thin. Let me get to a better aggregate though. It's looking kind of thin to me. Have you looked at it? Hold this.
So I don't know if any of you using Chrome have done this with Trading Terminal, but you can get the Trading Terminal app through Chrome now. Look at how this displays in the Trading Terminal app here. So it creates a leaner, easier control version. I mean, it's like you're running like a real software program now, because it comes as an add-on through the app. It's also very fast. So Netflix has a really big order to the downside. I see that guy.
Yeah, it's looking a little better now. I was able to change some settings and get those orders to come in. Yeah, it's got a really large order down there. It's at 184. So
Netflix is like $85 somewhere down in there.
It's got that liquidity right below it. So it's interesting that it's not headed straight for that, because that's right in a nice gap here too. But S3 might be a good spot. But it'd have to break its low a day, so that would be a tough reversal to take through there.
So I mean,
choppy though.
Let's see.
It's definitely looking choppy. Look at it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this range sucks for Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, the range sucks.
You are hardcore right inside the CPR on Netflix. So that's our central pivot range, which is a kill zone, right? You never want to like try and trade in here. So like you don't have to use my cam system, but sometimes it's worth having just so you can get a really easy understanding of what range you're in. Right. So like right now we sold at the open right off R3. So right out of the selling range. And we've just been in the mid here. It's value, right? It's just chop, just chop all over the place. Boyd, I'm calling it a green day, not daily goal, but it's almost what I'm doing to make it work tonight. LOL in 15 minutes this morning. Boyd, that's what we're talking about, dude. One of the things you need to understand, right, as a trader is your goal is not to get another full-time job, right? Your goal is to be able to, in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, make a decision, put your orders on. Even if you're like me and you long-term hold, like if I wasn't here, I wouldn't have to be looking at my RTY trade right now. Right? It just is what it is. I could be done for the whole rest of the day. I already know I've made at least $3 grand today. Right? But maybe I make like 10. You know what I mean? But I don't even have to worry about that, right? Like who cares? Right? I've already made the money I've made. So why not why not go off and, if you've got, a loved one, your kids, maybe you got some yard work you got to get done. I mean, you can go knock that out right now. So, go for a run. That's my favorite. As soon as I would be hitting the gym right now or going for a run. I love running. Right. So, that would be so much fun.
NQ ticked right up into 900 and an order right below it was just pulled. So we've got some interesting order flow going on here.
On NQ?
Yeah, it ticked up like right into almost into 900, but an order right in front of 25,900 got pulled. It sold off again, so that's interesting. I think it at least hits that 900 order. That's what I've been waiting to see what happens here.
I like it. I'm pulling up NQ myself.
But yeah, Netflix has got the diverting volume. It's right in the middle of the range.
Yeah, look at the side.
It's got to get out
order.
of one side. Yeah, it pulled it right there.
Wow.
Right into it.
So why is NQ not a good short right now? Ta-da! That is a very large order to the top side, and they're actually tiering more orders above it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So NQ right now actually looks quite bullish in its order book.
This is where you're patient. This is where you make the money in playing cams and being patient.
They need to buy that order before they're going to capitulate, right, Nathan?
Yeah. I mean, look at how tempting it was to short before you got into the cam. Well, you would have gotten stopped
25,884 to the downside. Someone just flashed a bid. There we go. We just bought our order. All right, there's 25,900. We just bought it.
This is where
there's our bid
begins.
Coming in. Look at 25,888. Someone bid came in, probably a short seller coming in and throwing profit targets to the downside right as they get in. Look at the bid flashing 25,887. Oh, you see it going on, off, on, off, on, off. That's funny. They're indecisive.
Well, I bet they're going to start moving it up to try to pull it back down. They want that algorithm to start to sense that order's there and start to come and drop the bid a little bit to come down for it. And then they'll probably move it down further to the book, I bet.
We're bringing in bid at 25,860. That's way down there. So we're definitely starting to do some stuff, but our order structure is still better to the top side. So we got to be patient. I mean, it's still bullish, right?
I'm just interested on the first 1 minute low is what I'm watching. I want to see what happens there. Do we get that aggression on that first 1 minute low? It starts to look like that cam's active because we don't have it yet. Now we're just pulling into liquidity.
Yeah, Boyd, well done
Interesting
today.
candle.
I love the control, man. Good stuff. Congratulations on the good trade today. And more importantly than the trading, the behavior. You know what I mean? One of the things we're really focused on is not necessarily just how much money you're making, but the behavior centered around it, right? Like being in your chair all day long, all day, like doing crazy stuff and making money is not a winning day. The soul tax is way too high. But having a nice day where you do your thing, it comes out and you're like it's easy. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that
Yeah, sorry.
confidence is more
Go
important
for it,
than
buddy.
I said. Sometimes that confidence is more important and is worth a lot more than just taking an extra trade. Having that
Absolutely.
confidence to come back the next day and do it again. Here's our reoffer into the high. So this will be interesting if this bid gets slapped. It's kind of what I've been noticing lately on these new highs going into these levels, that bid likes to get hit hard and pulled down. That's why we're getting so much of this chop.
All right. So we finally
Trying to
made it to R4 when we bought that order. Now we finally have managed to get to R4 on NQ. So we can finally look for a potential short setup on NQ. It's a higher, wider range. We have definitely put in a lot of buying, what I could consider to be exhaustive. We are struggling to advance right now, but we're missing sellers. I don't see sellers yet.
Yeah.
So we got to still be patient. We're still a little bullish, but if we can get a bit of a book flip, get something like that to happen, I think it could be a party.
ES is trying to sell. Again at R3 or R6. It's R6. Oh, wow.
Come on, RTY. We just found a seller on RTY. Do I get RTY's book? I forget.
Yeah, we do get RTY. YM, we don't get yet. We do get RTY only.
L's to the yeah. I don't like YM anyway.
Again. See if we get some absorption here on NQ. Nope, we're just buying. They're offering premium and still buying premium into the book. Now it almost looks like it's getting into a squeeze.
RTY actually reads pretty nice. Oh, look, they're lowering the bid.
On RTY?
Where are we going, though? I don't really like the structure is very uniform. And these are just bracketing algos that are just moving up and down with the price.
Yeah. Try the 100 level view. The aggregate at 100.
I think that's what I'm on.
Are you? See if that brings in more of the book.
No, I'm only on 25. You're right.
Either 50 or 100. But,
yeah, 100. For these, I mean, they're institutional numbers. There's no reason to really worry about all the tick stuff. Aha. Thank you. That's better. So if on the larger view, on the 100 view, you can see we're actually we're bearish. So we have large orders down here at 28, 40, 28. It's just really low. It's hard to kind of show everybody. And then look down here out in the ether, way down here. There's a big buy order sitting down at, what's that gotta be 20, maybe 26. Where is that at? 15, right at S6. All the way down at S6, there's a really big buy order, 26.15. Wow, that's intense.
Yeah, going to a larger aggregate level will get those bracketing algos out of the way for you.
Yeah. So
like
in
trying to make a 1 minute
what we
low
mean
on
is it's
NQ.
bullish is that all of our order structure, our best order structure has been to the top side, right? So that insinuates that the market is feeling confident or strong because the sellers are holding out and forcing the buyers to come to them rather than selling at the price, right? So NQ is a hard short right now because we're bullish, right? So we insinuate that we're kind of accumulating to buy more orders, not distributing to go sell. RTY is kind of the opposite of that, although it's, again, bouncing off the bottom of the CPR.
Yeah, that first 1 minute low got
it's going to
absorbed
take me
and
an
bounced
hour
back.
to get to this target.
There it is. That's what we were looking
There we
for.
go. There we go. There we
Yeah.
go.
It's getting absorbed though. Let's see. That's what we're looking for, guys. That move right there on that 1 minute low, that's kind of that first check mark of, okay, I saw that. Now let's see what the follow through is.
There's a
Now
bid.
do we start selling?
We just brought on a really good sized bid. Oh, they pulled, but they're still there. I guarantee it. Oh, let me make this bigger. There we go.
Another low. That's a pretty good hit there too. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, that's looking real good. I'm going to see what happens on this next low, and then if we re-offer back up there.
Where are you at, Beth? Because there's like a polar vortex going on up there, right?
Where's that at?
Everywhere up north, New York, all the way like it's like a snow hurricane up here.
I wish it would come here. We did get some snow. I did get a little bit of skiing in this weekend, so I was in a much better mood.
So
Ski on some fresh
what makes me exit is not a break of trend. Since this is a wide range play, I'm not playing the trend. If it was a breakout, I would be more inclined. So for me, we should not rebuy the CP. Like if we go all the way back up and then buy and go, it's just too much to give back. I'm only really willing to give back maybe like, I want to make a few grand today. You know what I mean? So I want to let it breathe. So this has a chance to run this whole range. But at a certain level, there's just only so much, I can give back, especially because I use a couple of, creative account ideas, right? Some of those, have, because I'm evaling a new account, for instance, one of my copied accounts, I think it only has like a $6,000 trailing threshold. It's a $300,000 account, but it only has a $6,000 trailing threshold. Right. So while you're evaling it. So right now, if this went all the way back up to my entry, I would actually trigger a trail and lose that account because I'm up over $6,000 on it. So if I go back under $6,000 on it, then I lose that account. Right. So there are some things I have to do, unfortunately, like that. Otherwise, if I like on my accounts that aren't like that, I would likely just put this at break even now and just leave it. There's no reason this thing should go all the way back up through ATR high and rebuy into R3 on a lower, wider range. That would be so unusual. It'd be like, that would be like a 1 in 10, a 1 in 12 kind of day. And then it happens, but it's just not really a thing. So I feel very happy with being in this, but obviously every system doesn't, has its little moments and we don't always get what we want out of these things. So I can't just assume, but yeah, looks like we're kind of retesting a trend now. Maybe
reoffering.
So we'll see what happens. We did go right down into S2, so it's not like we can't buy here. But let's go back and look at NQ for a minute.
Yeah, it's getting NQ's getting the reoffer now.
It's just too bullish right now. So
yeah,
they've got another really large order at 25,930 that they don't seem like they're giving up on. And it's big. It's an iceberg.
Yeah, the book hasn't even looked like it's going to try to fade in to a flip either. Just not quite yet.
Yeah, we are bringing in bid though on NQ though for the real bid though. 25,880 has bid. 25,904 has bid. Right, we definitely are bringing on bid. So I do think a reversal is likely imminent on NQ. But it's not there yet. Our balance is still too strong, really, to signal a lasting reversal, right? You don't want to get in too early because then you're just going to get squeezed, and we don't want that, right? So, front runner, 25,927, Nathan. Someone started front running 25,930.
Someone's pulling liquidity from higher down closer to price too, to try
that might get the algo to sell. Yeah. The algo might sell with more bid coming on and recognizing front runners. That could do it. Well, or it might go get them. We'll see what happens.
Let's see.
I'm very
This next
interested.
1 minute low will tell us. Let's see if they can make this low and see what happens if we get that dump again. That should tell us. But then those orders to the top side have to come off.
What does the lower range and higher range tell you as far as helping you in making a deal? Could you rephrase that for me? I've never heard somebody like refer to this as in making a deal. So like what do you mean by that? Like, do you mean like what does the lower and higher range tell me as far as helping me take a trade? I mean, I kind of like, let's make a deal. I mean, it sounds really fun. But okay, cool. I just want to make sure because it's just not vernacular I'm familiar with, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't assuming because you know what they say. Higher ranges versus lower ranges don't give you inherently a lot of actionable information other than to be in a higher range, you had to close higher yesterday than the day before. Right. And this is all detailed in my book, A Complete Day Trading System. Thanks for the plug. By the way, I think it was Beth. Thank you very much for that. So all that really means to me is because we closed higher, if I'm in a long, we're in a different area of value on the previous day. So if we're in a higher range, I'm going to buy S3. If I'm going to short, if it's a wider range, it will be R4. Right? If it's a higher range and a narrow range, I'm only playing long unless we open under S4, right? Then we're going to play a counter trending short and a very aggressive one, right? If we're in lower ranges and they're wide ranges, we target S4, R3 because which is what I'm in right now on RTY. We're in a lower, wider range. So the ideal play is an R3 short. And that looks like this. I'm in short from 2696.4, 5 contracts. I shorted right after we hit the line. We called it. We watched the volume on it. We hit it, got short, and my cover is S3. And you can see that my calling system actually calls where we target, right? So it's highlighting and creating boxes. So if you enter, you want to enter inside this top pink box for the best RVR, stop above the top, if possible. And then you want to aim for S3, and that's the play. And since ATR low is outside of S3, there should be plenty of range here for us to get to S3. So we're going to let it roll. R3 to S3, that's the play. Hey, Syed's here. I got the whole crew is here today. I got my dog Nathan on, my bestest buddy and Padawan. We got my Bruz guy here. We got Syed here. If Smart Mohammed shows up, it'd be like a complete day. Where's Dr. V? I mean, she's probably working her real job.
Yeah, Humorous, you're right. The selling is definitely
Dr. V's in this trade too, by the way.
It's trying to sell, but it is getting absorbed every time it tries to push down.
So Brian, if you sign up for the indicator, I don't have a lot of video material made on it yet because we're constantly innovating with it and making adjustments. It's just too much. So when you sign up for the indicator, you will get access to our access chat in our Discord, right? So you can come by and ask any configuration questions you want. And you can actually ask Bruz directly. So our developer Bruz is in there to help you with your platform, help you with the indicator, all of this stuff, right? Snowed in Beth, man. What did you say, Beth? New Hampshire that you're in? Oh, and Bruz has lots of tutorial videos in there. Well worth the money for the indicators. Corey, look at this bad boy right here. It's $100 a month, and I'm up $7,000 right now. You don't, it's not a thing. I only risked like $500 on this trade, also, right? So this was a very light risk to be up this kind of money. You know what I mean? St. Augustine, the week of April 26th. Oh, Chris, I'm so in. Let's do lunch. Thank you, kiddo. I agree.
Waiting for this bid to just drop on MQ.
Ooh, it's looking good. So let's see here. We're still a little above the trend, today's trend on NQ, but it's a higher, wider range. I mean, so this is juicy, right? This is a good spot, but we're still above trend, which is why we haven't started selling yet. So remember, we're algo hunters, right? So we're waiting for a response of our algo, right? The algo that we are mirroring is we're trying to copy the CME algo. But don't forget, trend lines are used by many institutional traders and algos, right? So by being above the trend, the institutions are still holding, right? We need the combination. We need to lose R4 and we need to lose trend also, right? So since it's a range play, you don't have to lose trend to get into it. Like you could be short here with a stop above the highs and you'd probably be in a really nice spot, right? But if you but if you do that otherwise, then
Yeah, it's holding the bid down. And I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the elevator to see the elevator.
We're looking for you're looking for an initiation is what we call this, right, Nathan? We're looking for volume, we're looking for price movement, something that and ideally a bit of a book flip, right? Something that tells us things are changing, right? So if we get that, then that really helps us like rock and roll. Things can be really, really fun then.
Yeah, you'll see it. I mean, the bid will just drop and it'll look like it even skips price levels. I mean, the elevator just falls out. And that's what you're looking for. That's what you're wanting to see. Right now that bid's getting pushed down, but it's getting absorbed, especially when it's getting into new lows. And then we're getting that buying response coming back. And so we just got a bit of a battle between a buyer and a seller at the moment.
So yeah, someone was saying, was asking, as humorous was asking, what do you mean by elevators? So when so there's a kind of a common concept on the market, which is we call it stairs up, elevator down, stairs up, elevator down. Yeah, you know what I mean? So what happens when you're in a selling range like this, like on NQ, is to go higher, you're going to have to take the stairs, right? You can see we're going higher, higher, and higher, right? But notice none of this price movement is fast, right? It's just all a steady grind, like you're walking upstairs, right? Like you're walking upstairs. So, and we don't want stairs, we want the elevator, right? So it's the stairs up. And then once we lose trend here, especially if we get the volume in, then we want to take the elevator down. The movement from the top back to the middle is going to be, yeah.
There it is. There's the elevator. Now we're starting to take it.
So we're starting to abandon some of these sellers here, and we're bringing in bid to the downside. And that's what we've been waiting on. We need trend loss and we need bid, right? So you can see here, let's see if I can get a little closer. Yoink.
I feel like this next 1 minute low, this is it. See if that bid just drops. Oh man, it got absorbed again.
That was good volume on that sell there. We closed red. Right, and at the lower end of the candle. So VPA wise, that's juicy. We're still a little above trend, so we could still bounce an offer, right? But if we get much lower than this, you can see on the buying and selling detector, the BSD, you can see if we get a little bit lower than here, we will offer to sellers and likely start a sell, right? So this is exactly what we're looking for. This is a lovely potential reversal setup here. I certainly would never long this, even if, you know what I mean, like. The red highlighted boxes are our entry zones, Beth. So now that we've hit the level, I want to enter somewhere inside the dark pink box. I want my stop to be ideally outside the light red box. So it actually measures the move and gives you your entry and exit locations. So in our target on this one is actually an S4 move today. It would be a massive waterfall, right? Because our ATR low is still outside of S4. So if you went short here, you would want to hold this all day long if it works, right? Because the potential would be absolutely massive. The movement on this thing to the downside if it works, right? An initial target could be maybe a partial, if you like to partial, maybe at the open price or the CP, previous day's close, get a little off there, and then lock the rest on for the rest of the move. I don't know if I really have a favorite play anymore. My most consistent play is actually the lower wider range R3 to S3. It has the highest return for me out of all my plays. Challenge trader, because of the ATR distance, S4. If the ATR was inside of S4, CP. But since the ATR is still outside of S4, you can go for S4 today.
I just get the feeling this is just going to drop hard here in a second and start liquidating. We get below those lows around 885, and that could
look how we
start,
bounced right off the uptrend.
The bleeding.
So look what happens. See, look at it. It came right back to that uptrend I drew and came right off of it. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Give this thing a chance. It needs to get under trend for it to be a really good sell. Right now, we're still, if you think of it, quote a little Dr. V here, obey the master. Right now, right now we're actually still a little bullish on the price. Although we're looking, the struggle on the advance was beautiful. So, our volume's totally tanked. This has a lot of good stuff. I really like this one. We just got to be super patient. We need it all. It's not just good enough to have like one, or we want all of this. So if this can make a new low here, we lose that. Now, if you're short already off of the highs up here, I would definitely hang on to it.
Yeah, you're in a good
and
spot.
Give this thing a chance. It's a good one. So, yeah. So, and I wanted to talk to Russ real quick. So the program, the free version of our program is exactly as the same as the paid version. The only difference between the two is the free version does not have like settings in it. Like it allows you to configure the settings however you want. So if you want to take the time to configure your settings to match my settings, then it'll work, but it will not alert you, right? In order for us to call trades for you, we need you to sign up so that you can say, I understand that this is I need you to say, I understand that this is a thing. And, but if we're just calling trades out into the ether for everybody, it's a little sketchy. And it alerts you in multiple ways, actually. So in TradingView, it pops open a literal alert. So like you can see here, here's my RTY call. Right. It also came on my, well, you can't see it now because too many people messaged me, but here it is. You can also see it on my phone, right? All of my, there, oh, nope. Right, you can see all of the alerts are coming through on my cell phone. Those alerts also go into the Variable Traders chat room, and they broadcast into my into the Axis Discord. Yeah, no guarantee of profit. There you go. Although I will say that we do have a sample crew, basically. So of the people using our indicators, we have about 20 or 30 of them that were linked in, and when they take trades, it shares those trades with us, and we can mine that information. On Friday alone, that group made like 40 R collectively between the group. It was pretty amazing. That group since November is north of like 150 R right now collectively. It's pretty fun. So we're really enjoying that. So if you use the indicator, and then if you really learn how to use the indicator, and if you want to learn how, again, marketalchemist.org, you can come work with me in my mentoring group with Dr. V. We have a heavy psychology focus in that one. It's all about the performance. The indicators are here to keep things simple for you, to declutter your life, and to give you clean alerts on high probability plays, not forcing you to kind of go out there and do that stuff. I've been using this system since 2019, 2020. I published my book in 2022 and have been using the same exact system every single day since 2022. And it has been getting better and better and better the better I get at using it. So yeah, I highly, it's a good time.
It's not being quite as aggressive now as it was. Let's see.
It's still a little above trend. Just
Yeah,
give
it's
it.
still,
So we've got the, remember, we're looking for an alignment of the algos. Right now, we're not going to get those big institutional algos to kick because they're still waiting. Right? They want to see if this thing loses trend. So it might take another 15 or 20 minutes for this to set up because you can see the trends coming into R4. It'll be at R4 around noon. Right. So this may wait till noon, and then like at 12:01, like right after we sign off,
yeah.
it'll just dump like a bag of bricks.
Also, trapping more buyers in here is going to make those lows.
Well, that's what they need, right? If we liquidate buyers, that's why we get our elevator, right? We're gonna throw a whole crap load of institutional and retail sell volume on market orders into a relatively lean downside book, right? That's gonna move us to those bigger orders we see posturing down there pretty fast, and that's gonna be our elevator. Pretty fun.
I was hoping it was going to happen, though. We still had some time. Just that, so that bid will drop, and it just looks like an avalanche of sell orders.
This is going to be like getting food at the restaurant, man. As soon as you get up to go to the bathroom, that's when the food shows up. But as soon you'll see the volume, everybody. Hopefully, we'll get to watch this together because I really want you to see this. It's going to be beautiful. You can see look how we're wedging into the uptrend right now too, right? So you can kind of see here from the high.
Putting
right
in a
now
nice
we're coming in
downtrend
here
as well.
Look at that. Look how we're wedging into this into the uptrend now. So this will be if we can lose this, then I'd look for a reoffer right into here and then boom, but look, but the uptrend is powerful. Don't anticipate it. Let it, right? Give it a minute. Like let this thing do what it needs to do. If you anticipate it, you might get a squeeze off of it, chops around and comes back down, right? We got to get under this bad boy, not for us, for them. We have to wait for the institutions to freak out. Right? If you don't have enough volume to start the move, so you can't be first. You're a responsive trader. You need to wait for the move to start. Then you do it, right? Anticipating is a very, very difficult game to play. This market's very good. Why is silver up 10%? I'm not really like a longer term, I trade commodities, but I'm not a longer term trader. I'm more of just a day trader. So I really don't know the truth of that entirely. What I do know is because of silver is a highly utilized alloy or metal, and sorry, not alloy. Alloy is the wrong word. Strike. A highly utilized metal, right, in semiconductors and all kinds of high performance kind of equipment. You know what I mean? So it is in high demand, as it has been in high demand. And silver has been ripping for a while, right? You also have on top of that, right, copper, natural gas. I mean, all of our major commodities across the board right now are very, very strong. So, but silver above all has been crushing, which I'm very happy about because I have a whole bunch of silver. So thank you. I don't know if this person exists, but when I was working at a bank, it was one of my college jobs working at a bank back in, I think it was 2000 and I want to say 2004, 2005, 2003. No. Yeah, 2003, I think. I was working at a bank, actually Bank of America. And I had one of the clients that came in, and the client told me, hey, any quarter that you find before like 60 something, I think it's 63, 64, something like that, is silver. And he's like, so, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. So at the end of my shift every day, because I was the vault teller, I would count down the vault and I would look through the quarters, and any of the quarters that were the old ones, I'd replace them with ones that were not old ones. So, but I actually have 2 boxes of quarters that are all silver. Each box weighs each box weighs 25 pounds. And I've just had those in my safety deposit box at the bank for ever since then. I mean, like 20 years or something. Had no price movement for like a decade and a half, but lately I'm pretty happy about it. My whole thing is I don't think I'm going to sell it. You know what I mean? I just don't think I'm going to sell it. Like you think silver is going to be cheaper at some point? I mean, even if it is, who cares? You know what I mean? So, I mean, let's go. So, all right. Well, I guess we're gonna start wrapping up here in a second, Nathan, my brother. No waterfall before lunch.
Oh man, I know.
So it's a little disappointing, but
we've
hopefully
had enough
everyone
of
will
them
get to
in
see
here,
that.
We've shown enough of them. We've had enough of them.
I mean, this is pretty sweet.
I
think it's gonna work. I still think it's gonna be a good setup, but we won't be able to do it here. But we'll maybe tomorrow we'll pop back in and take a review of the trade and see what it ended up doing for everybody. We can talk a little bit about that during my segment tomorrow. But otherwise, Nathan, my brother, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out with me. I always appreciate it. Everybody else, much love, and we will see you tomorrow. Like, subscribe, 4 emojis.